Hello. How's everybody doing there tonight? Good evening. Good to see ya. Let's see what we got here. Oh, let me read that. Got an echo. Where's that coming from? There it is. Found it. Okay. All right.
Oh my
Hey, what's up there,
goodness.
Eric? How you
You're an
doing, man?
echo.
Yeah.
Good morning.
How you doing, man?
Wicked Pissa and yourself?
Yeah. Wicked, wicked,
Wicked awesome.
yeah,
Awesome.
wicked.
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 Here, you got to learn some Bostonian before you get here. Wicked awesome.
If they'll ever accept me,
They will. Have hope. Have hope.
Yes. Hope is where it's at. What's up there?
Good morning.
Oh, look, we got Mrs. Flu, Low Spec, Captain Phantom Rare, Kenzo, your
Hello,
Barbie. Hello, everybody. Ohio, konbanwa, konnichiwa, wherever you are.
Kumbaya to you. Yes.
Is that kumbaya, my lord?
Kumbaya.
Yeah, I just got back from Tokyo around 5 o'clock today.
And boy,
Just got
are your
back from
arms
college.
tired?
Yes, they were.
Yeah, I bet you. How do you get around on rail?
No, I take the plane. Well, I take the plane up there. It's about an hour and a half flight. And then once you get to Tokyo, I just take usually I just hop on the train.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a bit of a journey if you're on the train with all your luggage because it's packed. You're like sardines. You're packed like sardines.
Yeah.
And I always tell myself each time, all right, carry less stuff, bring less stuff with you because you don't. I always over prepare. But everybody says it's better to over prepare than be underprepared.
But it's like all those Buddhists out there. They say attachment will keep you bound to the wheel of samsara, this recycling and rebirth.
There we
moksha.
Go.
So attachments.
I've got maybe too many attachments around here. I need to do some Jordan Peterson and clean my room big time. But oh well.
Awesome.
Yeah. So
did you sell a lot of shit or stuff? Not shit. But,
yeah. Well, what's that?
I said stuff, not shit. You know what I mean?
Shit. It's fine. It's all good.
It's like what like George Carlin said. Why is my stuff other people's shit and other people's shit got to be stuff?
Yeah.
It's a place for my stuff. Now you got to pack an even smaller version of your stuff. Rubbers, change, keys, underwear. I love that bit.
Yeah. And it's amazing that you could always quote it word for word. I don't know how you do it, man. I don't know how you do it.
Pre-internet analog days.
There you go.
I used to tape or buy. You got cassettes too or albums. I mean,
right.
Did you have that growing up, like with your parents? Like I had Richard Pryor with on LP.
For me, my parents were like they like comedy and stuff, right? But they wouldn't let us. We watched all the movies, you know what I mean? But they never had like the albums. Okay. I didn't start hearing all that stuff until I got to like college.
Okay.
Until I was like,
because here we are in like 1983. We're in like fourth grade, and I got a dub of Eddie Murphy's Delirious. We memorized the whole fucking thing. And this is like, this is him starting off being like, hey, look at all you gay people in the audience. You'll be staring at my ass. This is why I be moving around all the time because my ass gets hot when you be staring at my ass. And just like fucking he had on the stage, paced it back and forth. Chris Rock totally stole that from him. I love that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So this golden age or maybe a silver age of stand-up comedians.
Right. I hear you there, man. No, I remember watching. I watched Raw. I think I don't know how old I was when I watched it, but I remember one of the first comedy like shows.
You just saw Rocky, didn't you?
It's been a while since I've seen it, man.
Man,
again, you're awesome with the quotes there, dude.
Oh man,
what was it?
You were talking about Eddie Murphy's Raw.
One of the first like tapes I heard. And it was my roommate in college that introduced me to it was Dennis Leary's I don't even know what to do. Like you're an or sent us the song.
It's no cure for cancer. It's called No Cure for Cancer.
That was the
concert tape. It's really, really fucking funny.
Yeah. We listened to that many a time. Yeah.
The whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause, yeah, 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 Yeah, so as far as the sorry about that, the Comic Con was concerned, yeah, this was more of like a smaller venue.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't really have my I don't know. I always have like a goal that I have for like a goal in mind. Whenever I go to a Comic Con,
Mm-hmm.
it was the first time I did this one, and it was on a base, and I didn't know it beforehand, but it wasn't open to the public. The OER
Oh,
was, but this one wasn't. So it was a
really?
smaller venue, and
Like a
uh,
U.S. Army base or a Japanese base?
it's a U.S. Air Force base.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
and what happened is they've had it there before, but I don't think they've had it there for a while. It was really
Mm-hmm.
place. It was really nice. Like the setup was really good. Um, yeah, I believe you saw the I'm sorry to everybody out there who like posted on Instagram comments and stuff. I just was like so busy.
That's
After the
good
con
to
was
be
finished,
busy.
yeah, after the con was finished, I got back to my hotel and I tried to like write respond to people's tweets and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't do. I just kept on falling asleep. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pass out
That's
and try again tomorrow.
hard day's work. I mean, yeah, you can journal later. Seriously,
Yeah,
it's yeah,
yeah.
seriously. I mean, geez, you just
So
got home, man.
right. So I ended up I would say ended up each con has a different vibe, a different kind of feeling to
Mm-hmm.
it. And
Yeah,
this
you got
one,
that
since it
right,
wasn't
brother.
open to the public,
Mm-hmm.
it felt it was like family orientated. Like there was a ton of families, like little kids there. Like compared to
Mm-hmm.
the other ones, I would have to say that the child, like you know,
A
the
lot of kids.
numbers, a ton of them. Like you could
Great.
hear, but it. I don't think that kind of audience is geared towards. Um, I don't think they're expecting to see what I have available. If you know what I mean.
Right. They like maybe like with lots of kids, you're probably expecting a bit more juvenile fare, like
A bit,
or an
yeah, yeah, yeah.
offerings, or
Right, right,
stylistically kind
right,
of
right.
like something like more of like that. What do they call that style? That Steven Universe.
Kawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that
yeah. But
aesthetic.
for like the whole like I talked the whole time to customers. I talked to people the whole
Oh
time.
man.
It was
It,
crazy. I usually do like a few, like commissions and drawings while I'm
yeah.
doing it. But this time around, I had one picture that I worked. It was a shorter con too. It was only from 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock. That's a very
Uh-huh.
short time frame,
Yeah.
right? And it's
One
only for
day.
one day. Yep.
Wow.
So I got there at 9:30 in the morning and just freaking had to set up my whole booth in like 3 hours or
Uh-huh.
less, which to me is just like, that's
That's all.
insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like
Got
get in
it
the
done.
van. Get in the
Yeah.
van.
I got it done. I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired already.
And
Like,
also, if like
yeah,
I'm thinking, if you knew who your audience was, with all those soldiers there, that if you like upped your Frank Castle Punisher logo, you would have sold a fuck ton of them.
yeah, it was,
Something like that, you know?
yeah, again, it felt what the vibe that I got from everybody had amazing comments. Everybody was like really, really into my stuff.
Mhm.
Um, I felt like I don't know how to explain it. I felt like people really enjoy what it always seems like people don't believe the fact that I did all the artwork. They always
Mhm.
ask me, "Is this your stuff? Did you do
Mhm.
all this?" Like, yeah. They're like, "Really?" Like, it doesn't
Mhm.
seem like it's. I don't know why, but they're always just like, I guess they're really surprised by it. I don't know
Mhm.
what it is, but but I've already had people reach out to me afterwards, and somebody just ordered a commission from me. I
Mhm.
didn't get like on the I found that with the bases, maybe people aren't used to doing ordering commissions. People
Mhm.
just buy what's already there.
Okay.
Even though I have like
Hmm.
a commission price list and stuff. It was like that in Okinawa. I only got like a couple of commissions there, and everything else was merch sales. It was the same here. Only one
Hmm.
commission, and everything else was like already. Like I sold Lord of the Rings artwork, which was great.
Mhm. That's
That's a
great.
yeah, it's a big chunk of money.
Maybe it's
And those
FOMO.
little mini ones that I do,
Uh-huh.
those sell like hotcakes, man.
Oh, cool.
Um, but yeah, I don't think I reached as much as I wanted to, but at the same time, it was a success in my mind because I met some really cool people.
Mhm.
There's actually a young lady who is a cosplayer oh my gosh, I gotta remember her name. Hold on a second.
It'll come back to it like
I'll look it up on
4 in the
Instagram right
morning
now.
your time when you're trying
Yeah,
to, when you're trying to sleep.
I'll look at it right now on Instagram because
Lady
otherwise,
Yukio.
her name is. I'm gonna. She is. Well, Witcher Fox 1776 is her Instagram. Tattoo connoisseur. No, that's the. What's her? Darn it. Let me see my messages here. Hold on a second. Yeah, I don't. It's crazy. We talk to each other, but oh, Witcher Fox, Chelsea, Witcher Fox, dude. She came out like as she was Red Sonja.
Okay.
Like,
Ooh, you have me at redhead and chainmail bikini. You have me every time.
dude, she had the chainmail bikini on and everything.
Yeah.
It was good. A gigantic axe with her, and then she came
Ooh.
over to my booth, and then she went, "Oh my god!" Because I do a whole bunch of fantasy artwork,
Right.
and then she just went crazy. She's like, "I love all this. This is so great!" Like, and then just like taking pictures, and then she wants to collaborate. So I'm looking
Let me
on
draw
having
you.
her. Well, no, that's what I said.
Yeah.
So we're thinking about doing a couple of streams together, one on her channel and then one on mine. And I said, like either one, I think that we should have you as the subject matter, and I will do the drawing of you.
Yes.
That would be perfect. But she's a huge Frank Frazetta fan, so I thought that would be nice to do.
That's great.
Yeah, like maybe a Frank Frazetta themed stream as well. Something that I've always had on the back burner.
That would be a great way to be like, excuse me, Miss Sarah, would you like to come on our stream and watch me, like, honor your grandfather with this live model and cosplayer?
Yeah.
That's a good hook.
Oh, a cool thing about this con was it was my first debut, my debut of the linoleum cut prints that I did.
Cool. Okay.
And my stickers came in.
Okay.
Da-da-da.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. That's Wicked Pissa. That is Wicked Pissa. Look at that.
Yeah, I got them die cut.
Oh,
from
that's
Denmark.
really nice.
Really nice, yeah. I went with this design. I pulled this star up. I took what I like to do is I do these polls on Twitter, right? Because I want people's honest opinions, and I see a lot of good suggestions in there as well. And I can't make everybody happy, but I get a lot of little good suggestions I see, and I try to apply those. And I thought these turned out great. I'm really happy with them. And it's funny. It came from this company. It's called, I'm going to shout you out, Sticker App. You guys are awesome. I'm going to blow my screen up here real quick to show you guys. It's funny. They've got like here, this like a little like you would see it like on an airplane, but it's like reaction when opening sticker pack. Yes, no. Handling of stickers. Yes, no. Like a selfie of yourself. No, with one of the pictures. Applying stickers on the car. Yes. While you're on the car. No. And then another one.
Oh,
placement
boy.
of stickers. Yes. No, not on your face.
It looks like a Kelly Sue DeConnick comic book.
There we go.
I'm kidding. Oh, that's a pain to say. No, that's more of her husband, Matt Fraction.
They
I actually liked some of that, though.
They gave me some of these stickers as well. Valentine's dates gone wrong.
Aww.
I thought I would send these to you.
That's great. Oh, that's a good. I'm so sorry I broke your heart.
Broke your heart.
Aww.
A case of heartbreak strawberry ice cream.
I go for chocolate.
Roses are red. I'm going to bed.
Yay! Those are wonderful.
Yeah, this is Gilia Hearts.
I'd be your Valentine, Julia.
And she's in Berlin.
Hello, yeah.
Hello, Eric.
Hello. Hi.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
No, Bill, but I'm reading about your people. I'm reading The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich for the third time.
Well, there you go. That's a nice, good coffee talk.
Amazing book. And it's scary as all F, man.
Really yes, I imagine.
Speaking of cons and maybe being conned, or the weirdnesses of the individual cons. I got my my pass this morning
nice.
for PAX PAX East 2023.
Hold on a second.
This is a hello, everyone. I'm Eric O'Sullivan, Reverend Sully, ordained on the internet. Welcome to Jinja Ninja's art stream.
Thank you.
Awesome.
You do that
You're
much better than
welcome.
I do.
Oh man, just like yeah, I have a producer. He gives me show notes. But this is my I just got it today. I'm very disappointed with this, but
why are you disappointed?
Okay, well, Boston has a citywide does not have a citywide mask mandate. We dropped that a while back, and the event center does not have a mandate. And there will be another, like I'm going to the Wicked Comic Con, the Wicked Boston Comic Con in late April, same venue, the Heinz Convention Center in downtown Boston. Really nice. And so PAX has a mask policy for this con, and I'm not cool with it. That was 3 years ago. I mean, that was a different story,
Yeah, I know it's uncomfortable, but I push the buttons with these kind of things. It's just what I do. I make people feel uncomfortable by having to tell me to put one on. So for Tokyo Comic Con, they had a mandate as well, but a bunch of us just didn't do it, and not one single person came up to us and said anything, because we just don't play by your rule. I mean, and I know it's like nobody complained about it, and here at the one at the base as well, nope, but they didn't require us to. But yeah, I know, I know it's uncomfortable, but I just don't. In Japan, yeah.
I bought the
I would
tickets
wear it to
back
get
in
into the
November.
venue.
Yeah,
I wear it to get into the venue, but once I get in, I just like
true. But also they have
people,
an army of volunteers who get free access to enforce. They call them enforcers, people that enforce. This is like PAX. It's my first PAX.
Make them do their work. Make them do their work. You know what I mean?
It's like there is no return policy.
Yeah.
And which I think is unfair. There's an intrinsic unfairness to that, because I bought these tickets on November 26th. The total price was $259 US, because I think 1 day passes are 75 each or something, or 65 each. It's kind of pricey. PAX is a gaming con, but I'm into going to cons, man. I mean,
I hear you there. Yeah.
I want to meet people. Maybe I'll meet that perfect, nerdy girl. That's where I'm hoping, where can you meet someone like, hello? So I love going to these things, but this is in late January that we had an outbreak scare. And even, I guess, I mean, I don't really pay attention to the news, but on January 23rd, PAX posted on their safety guidelines that they'll be instituting a mask policy. And I'm like, if I knew this beforehand, I would never have agreed to this.
Yeah.
And there's no return policy. They say that, well, you can sell your pass to somebody else,
When is it exactly? What are the dates?
18 days. Yeah, it's in 2 weeks.
I wonder if they would be like up to dropping that by then, if they got enough complaints for people.
I'm hoping. I mean, like I would love to go. I would love to check it out. I feel that the whole mentality, but gosh darn it, I don't want to support other people's neuroses. I mean, the science is out. I mean, the masks are, if you're sick, stay at home anyway. I mean, but if you're, if you want to wear a mask, please.
Don't force us to do it.
I mean, but it's, I live in the real, I don't have a car, man. I live in the real world. I take the subway. I mean, I work in a crowded marketplace cafe and in a crowded kitchen with people all on top of each other. I mean, just there's a real life out there, man. And no other, I went to 3 cons last year, and no mask mandate on any of those events. And I get to have the underlying feeling, a feeling in the force that these people are so lefty that it's only a chud would dispute our mask policy and want to, to be harmful to people we love, because that's their line and that's their the whole. How many times have I heard that? Like, I make fun of that because I don't know, man. I'm soured on this. I wish there was a fair return policy, especially in the day of COVID. Even if I got sick, I would not be able to get a refund.
Yeah,
I think that's weird, man. That's dishonest.
Extremely.
And it's hidden by like you agreed to this by clicking the button. You agreed to our terms of service. Therefore, we have a plot armor. to protect us from, your blue collar scorn. You know what I mean? Like,
I hear you, man. Like
man,
it's
fuck you.
yep, basically the big middle finger to him. What's
Man.
up there, Real Way Nation Gaming
Hello.
Clips? I don't know if I've seen you here before. If I ha
Hello.
if you have been here
Real
before,
Wade
then
Nation
welcome back,
Gaming
but if not,
Clips.
this is your first time. What was really great at the because I'm like you, man. I could go to any con and just meeting people and talking to people is great. I
Yeah.
would love to go sometime as a guest. Do you know what I mean? Because
Yes,
I
you will.
I
You'll
don't
get
have
your
time to really go around and talk to other people.
people come to you.
Yeah, so I spent most of the time talking to people again, and it was just, "Hey, what's up there, Jake the Deep-Minded? Good to see you."
Woo!
Hey,
Hello,
you.
Jay. Ain't
Uh,
talking about love.
one thing that was a little bit disappointing is I
Yeah.
had these things ordered as well.
What buttons? Let's see the
But they
obverse.
didn't arrive at time. They were
Uh-huh.
supposed to, but they made a mistake on the delivery day.
Uh-huh.
Ta-da!
Well,
Here we go.
better than a mistake on the delivery day than on the product.
The Jinja Ninja
The Jinja
buttons.
Ninja buttons for your
There we go.
backpacks and denim
Yeah.
jackets. Ladies and gentlemen.
What's up there, Pops?
Hey,
So
Pops.
merch.
Let's
I got more
go.
merch.
Everyone's showing up.
Yeah.
Did you bring coffee and donuts, everyone?
Oh, I bought
Indeed.
Krispy Kreme donuts at Haneda Airport
Yeah,
because they
so
don't have them all over here. Like
that's cool.
Krispy Kreme donuts are a delicacy here.
That's
I'm not kidding.
cool.
You go to Krispy Kreme, they've only got like one in all of Kyushu that I know of,
Uh-huh.
maybe two, and like this is the whole island down here.
Any Dunkins?
What's that?
Any Dunkins? Dunkin' Donuts? That's
No
the New England.
Dunkins. No
The New
Krispy
England
Kris.
Krispy
Yeah,
Kreme tried to come to Boston and to much fanfare, and they failed miserably because
Krispy Kreme is the
nobody,
goat.
not even
Goat.
McDonald's sells breakfast like Dunkin' Donuts. Not even Starbucks. There is Dunkin's, and then there's just the people at the bottom of the hill.
No, Dunkin's is like still within this realm, whereas Krispy Kreme is in the heavens, man. They're just like looking
Awesome.
down upon everybody and going, yes. Oh, they're a delicacy here. Oh, there we go. Like they're originally from North Carolina, born and raised. Well, raised somewhat. Uh, yeah, so I bought some of those for the family, brought those back. And while I was in Tokyo, I got to go to a great exhibition,
Ooh,
Egon Schiele. Do you
is
know?
it an artist?
Yes, he was the kind of like the protege of Klimt.
Okay.
Um, his figure work is just it's beautiful. He's an Austrian painter.
Uh-huh.
Had a very, 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 very short career of only 10 years, basically, because he died of the Spanish flu in 1918. Oh, no. Was it 1918? Yes. So he's really started kicking things off in 1910.
Mm-hmm.
And then for 10 years, I mean, he was part of this I can't remember the name of it. It was a bunch of these artists in Vienna who were kind of like they were the new like we're gonna change the art world. We're gonna we're gonna do something that's different.
Oh
And
man, and I know the punchline to this joke because I'm reading that book and I know it happened to Vienna in 1939. Oh
yeah,
gosh, wow.
yeah.
like,
Well,
like,
I wonder.
and
I wonder.
here's a
Yeah.
good
Oh, go
one for
ahead.
you. Hermann Goebbels, the Ministry of Propaganda for Nazi Germany, had
Yep.
a modern art exhibition that was set up to showcase because all modern art was kind of like banned in Nazi Germany because it had
Yep.
it was just it wasn't proper ideology. So Goebbels set up this an exhibit, and it always had like a line around the block for Germans
Right.
that wanted to see real art, decent art or new art. And
Right.
he realized like a month later that, oh my God, it's the reverse effect. I've made this like supply and demand thing. And he got rid of it because it wasn't an example. People were just going to enjoy the art. People were they're not being informed of the ideology.
Right.
I think that's a nice anecdote from this terrible story. Wow. And Jay the Deep Minded has coffee and homemade cinnamon rolls.
That
And
sounds really good.
Jay is showing pictures. You should subscribe to Jay on Twitter. She is showing pictures of this shindig that she hosted with her family, where she cooked up a storm. I'm a professional chef, and I'm in love with this food porn. This just I'm impressed, and especially with your use of leftovers. I mean, making just check it out. Check her out. Great photos. Makes me hungry every time I see them.
Man, you should be in this line of work. You know what I mean?
I am.
You're like the greatest at promoting. I don't know how you do it,
Oh,
dude.
I rip
It's
off.
awesome.
I literally rip off EVS. He's always pimping his product. He's the never. It's now. Richard C. Meyer says, "Yeah, you're starting to sound like the Jerry Lewis telethon," but also, I mean, he's always, it's that. It's like that. The Glengarry Glen Ross thing. A B C A always be closing. You hear that, you bunch of beep? You call yourself a salesman? You son of a bitch! Coffee is for closers only.
Oh, here's a poster for that. I was trying to find some picture. This is a picture of the. So if you're, I'll just show this real quick. This is the poster from the Tokyo exhibition I just went to, and here we go.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah,
Poster.
Egon Schiele.
Ooh,
Yeah.
So
So
definitely.
you will find that a lot of modern age comic book artists were greatly influenced by his work. Kent
Okay.
Williams among one of them. Kent Williams adores this guy. And the use of Egon Schiele's contour work, the tones that he used, color palette, the really organic quality of the human being is like Phil Hale, who isn't into comic work but also does illustrative work. Huge fan of Egon Schiele. I mean, you'll find a ton of people. I would even I say it like Mark Silvestri would there are elements of his work that I definitely see that he took away from this guy. He's influenced tons of people, and it's the first time I ever gone to one of his exhibitions, and I was just like,
Oh, I love going to
I totally went
exhibitions.
fanboy, dude.
That's
I was
great. I mean, geez.
I got sucked into the world, and it was like really, really difficult to once I left the exhibition to kind of pop back into this world because I felt I was back in the early 1900s. And it's weird. Whenever I go through an exhibition, of course, I'm loving everything I see and I have a great time, but I also question myself the whole time I'm in there. What are you doing as an artist?
Like what your style or
Oh no, just questioning my motives,
okay.
not as much my style, but my motives, my legacy. What will I leave behind? Do you know?
Yeah.
Just a lot of stuff that goes through my mind when I go through these things. And I kind of get transported to the artist studio as I'm in there as well. I feel like I could smell the oil paints. I could.
It's very visceral for you.
It's really weird. It's
nostalgic and emotional because you have a lot of
yeah.
sense memories tied up in your own kit. That's interesting, man. Because I like when I'm in a historical setting such as like Massachusetts. It's one of the oldest colonies. It was one of the first colonies. The first Plymouth. We have a place called Plymouth Plantation. It's a recreation of where the Pilgrims lived, and I love seeing how things are cooked. I love seeing like the kitchens and their utensils and their storage.
What they had to work with back then.
Yeah, and because I'm a professional chef, if you didn't know that, everyone in the in TV land. There's this old War of 1812 battleship, the USS Constitution, and it's the oldest commissioned ship in the U.S. Navy, and it's still in service as a museum. But go on that and look at the galley, and I'm like, wow! Just imagine being the chef rocking on the seas with barrels of salt pork and shit like that. I'm like, you think your job's hard now? Try that. So like, I imagine for you, you'd be like, oh wow, let me see his easel, let me see his palette. Like, can I hold his palette? Smell it.
Some exhibitions do have, if they do have like the palettes there, and sometimes or they had like the whole setup, like the actual chair they used, and you look at the palette and it's just it's layered with like tons of paint on it, just dried up in piles, and it's like, that guy was at it every single day. Like woke up in the morning,
got his paint.
Just cigarette and coffee and a little bit of bread or whatever, and just painting. But what was going through their minds? Like, they didn't have, like, computers, they didn't have, this and that. Did what we and I feel like the artists at that time were so much more sophisticated as well. Look how they dressed, you know?
Mm.
Look at the subject matter of their paintings. Look at, like, and sometimes I know these are just thoughts that go through my mind. If Aegon Chile was alive today and he came by my studio, would he just, like, laugh at what I was doing? Like, "What are
Hmm.
you doing? This is ridiculous." Or would he be like, "Oh, I don't know." Do you know what I mean? Just thoughts that go through my head.
You maybe have here's a vision for a series of a few, like, of 4 sequential panels, conversations with Aegon,
Yeah.
and just have a jam with him, like, in your mind, of like an art jam, and like,
There was yeah, it's weird when you see your painting, you almost feel like you do have a conversation with them.
hmm.
It's like, 'cause they're speaking their mind visually through their works. I don't know. It's difficult for me to express exactly how I feel whenever I'm going through these, but it's a mixture of emotions from everything. But in the end, I'm always in awe when I leave, and I just and it really, like, gets you all pumped up and ready to go. Hold on one second, I got something to show you.
And everyone, while we have a second, if you haven't already, check out James Harris's very own first independent comic book on Indiegogo. Thomas Stenger wrote it, and James Harris did
Right.
all the art.
Oh,
And I
thank you,
just
thank you.
dropped the link
I
into
see it,
the
man. Appreciate
chat.
it, buddy.
And
Okay.
yeah, pimp, ABC, always be closing. Valkyrie 1776.
That's her.
Hello, how are you?
That's the
That's
cosplayer
your
that I
cosplayer
met.
friend.
Yeah.
Hi, I love cosplay.
Um,
I do cosplay. I have a full on Captain America. I just wore to Fan Expo Boston 2022, and my vision this year is to be more lighter in material and functional. I'm going to go as 1970s Buck Rogers, Gil Gerard from the TV show. You know, that's my thing. Not dipping your paintbrush in your coffee cup. Yeah, yeah.
I've done that several times. Yep. Yeah, like, and it's always a danger because you have your coffee cup right next to your water, and then you go, "Oh," and then sometimes you go into,
Oh, wow.
I've been guilty of that a few times.
I actually like Alazarin, Hmm.
I
Oh, here
picked
we
this
go.
up, but I think here's something that you're going to, be surprised. Well, I don't know if you're gonna be surprised by it or not, but I haven't gone to a comic shop forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's been, oh geez, I can't even think of the last time I went. But they had some in Tokyo, so I went
That's cool.
and I picked up 2 comics total because they only
Yay.
had, like, new stuff. They just had new stuff.
What we get? Oh, Dynamic Duo or Deadly Duo.
Yep, yeah, I got that one.
And
Yeah,
that's Batman. Is that the?
that's the second one.
Okay, that's a
Yeah,
nice
book
variant
2.
cover.
Yeah, and then we got the book 1 and book 2.
Oh,
So I picked
cool.
those up. 'Cause Mark Silvestri,
Yeah, enjoy.
Yeah.
Hear
I mean,
good stuff
what
about
did you
that.
think?
I haven't opened it yet.
Oh, really?
I
Oh,
didn't
okay.
buy it. I was never into Darkness. I was never into Witchblade. Image, Top Cow went over. I was just during a time where I wasn't buying comics. I was doing other
Right,
things.
right.
But I mean, what I do, my experience with Silvestri though was on the X-Men, and that's where I am. And I'm like,
Yeah.
love that stuff. But I mean, I'm really picky about what I buy. So it's like,
Yeah.
I know it's quality, I know it's good, but I mean, it didn't interest me. Yeah,
Right, yeah, so I picked these up because everything I was like, "I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna buy something," and
that's
everything was,
good.
like, 2019 or 2020 and up, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? To recent, uh yeah, Valkyrie 70. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, dude, I'm not kidding. Whenever she visited, she hopped over the booth, and she just went she just started gushing, like, about all my artwork, and I don't. I love it when people give you compliments. I just don't know what to do with them. If you know what I mean. I'm like, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. Especially when you rock up in like a kick-ass, uh, what you call it, Red Sonja outfit. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I can't. Oh, yeah, yeah, definitely. Like almost every time, I always have to have like. I try to put my coffee cup on a different table because I've been so guilty of doing that so many times. I just get to the point. Oh well, just roll with it. Maybe the oil paint will give it a little bit of a pizzazz. I don't know. What's up there, Grant? How you doing?
Senior Grant Gregory.
Yes. What was I going to
Buenos,
say? I had
Buenos
something I was going to
dias.
say. Can't remember. Oh, yeah. With your fox, would you mind if I share? I'm sure you wouldn't mind if I share people a photo of you. I wanted to show off your awesome outfit because I didn't have time to take many photos, but I was like, I've got to get one with her. Let me see if I can get my uh, Google Photos up here. Let's see.
Indeed.
All right. Oh, no, I just want to open it. Here we go. There we go.
Current exhibitions. Cy Twombly is. There's a Frank Bowling.
Oh, there we go. Oh, what's going on here? Sorry, everything's. You want something to go right?
All these buttons, all this. Oh.
I know, man. I was exhausted after this one. I don't know what it was. I think it was being in Tokyo for like 4 days. It just kind of sucked the energy out of me because I was from morning to night every day. I was just kind of like,
something's got to power
yeah,
all that
yeah.
neon. It's human souls.
So I ended up, yeah, and with the Comic Con, it was like we didn't have much time to get it all set up, and then next thing you know, it's like, okay, time to go. Why is it trying to open George R. Martin? Why are you doing this?
Because
I don't understand what's going on here. Hold on a second. Okay, I'll have to do it the hard way. That's what she said. All right. No, but it was really cool. Was at this con. I had a lot of people come up and just talk to me about a lot of the things that we talk about on here, agreeing with a lot of the points, and it was refreshing to see that, people who just like want really good entertainment without all the politics and everything involved. Are you getting all nice looking up there for the camera?
For the ladies,
I got you.
We have ladies in the house, it's nice.
Oh, my mom got me into comics when I was about 5 years old. Ah, yes. Oh, nice. Italian sounds good. The Darkness. We need an update on Jinja Ninja appearances. Cue read for an ad read. An update. Well, the next two, what should we call it? Appearances I've got that are pretty much set in stone. Yes.
Write them down.
May 5th to May 7th, Osaka Comic Con. And then November, I think it's November 22nd to 24th, Tokyo Comic Con. Other than that, still waiting to hear back from Boston.
TBA on Boston and Dallas 2023. We will keep you in suspense and carbon freeze until then.
Yeah, I'm trying not to I want to hear back, as quick as possible. I don't like to wait for things like this. And I'm just going, I really want to just email them again and say, hey, look, I know you said, whenever, but it would be nice to know sooner the better. Please.
I need it. If my wife doesn't know what I'm up to, she gets really fucking mad at me. It's a simple. I mean, that it's like, oh, you're a human. You need an answer. Yeah, come on.
Yes, please. If you're listening,
we're people. I mean, this is I can't stand like I'm thinking about this whole PAX thing. It's just like, come on, I'm a person. I don't, I got limits. I don't want, I would like to opt out of your generous party here. I would like my money back. You know what I mean? And I would like a
Yeah.
little, a little bit more effort than just, oh, the policy, oh, our, that's just, you're a bunch of thieves if you don't. Geez, what a, sorry.
Hey, I'm going to share your picture here, Witcher Fox, because the world deserves to see what an
Yes.
excellent job you did on your costume here. Unfortunately, the axe isn't in there, and the axe is really cool. But here we go. I'm going to
Smoking.
share this. Where am I at? What am I doing? What am I doing here? All right. I am not on all cylinders here tonight. Here we go.
Here we go. And away we go.
There it is. Red Sonja.
Hello. I like the battle scarring you got going on, Valkyrie.
Yeah,
That's really
yeah.
nice.
Very good detail on the chainmail there, or not chainmail. What would you call that?
Look at that. Look at
What's the official name for that?
There's no souls between the two of those. Such fucking Jinjas.
We are very lacking of soul there, aren't we? We just take everybody else's.
Can they see themselves in mirrors? I don't think so.
Oh, in the background there, you can see a guy with the lightsaber there, huh?
Yeah, purple lightsaber too.
I don't think anybody's paying too much attention to what's going on in the background there.
I would love to see a Japanese.
Take it away before we get too many nosebleeds.
Yeah. I would love to see a Japanese Mace Windu. That would just be, this bald guy with the purple lightsaber that says "bad motherfucker" on it.
I feel like I just want to refer to you as Witcher Fox. I'm just going to refer to you as Witcher. I sent you a mail, and I was thinking it would be great. Hey, what's up there, Sporkin? How's it going, Scott? If I could do a picture of you as Red Sonja, because I've never illustrated Red Sonja before, and it would be something I would be hella interested in doing, and I think that it would be great to, showcase your endeavors and two birds, one kind of stone kind of thing. But
memorialize your cosplay and art. Yes, the Jinja Ninja will make a commission of you in your cosplay.
I've done that once. Yeah. Once, but it was actually, just once. Yeah, it was fun. It's great. I like that. It's fun stuff. And it has meaning to it as well. People have gone out of their way to make a piece of art, and I show appreciation for that.
Yeah,
definitely.
Anti-AI art, right here.
So what's been going on in your neck of the woods, bud?
There's nothing. Well, my hockey team's been winning, and it was a busy week at work, and it's a beautiful day here in Massachusetts. It's Sunday morning, and here we are at the Church of Geek. Actually, I had some questions about your subject today, King Theoden.
Oh yes,
I was wondering, do you have a vision of your end result? And are you doing corrupt Theoden at the beginning or heroic Theoden?
No. The transition.
Oh, like a half and half kind of thing, or or like like the moment
sitting to standing.
Ooh, okay.
Like on the throne, just all crouched over, and then at the end, he's like standing up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like I almost see it as like face on. Like he's sitting in the throne all bent over, but then that part is almost like a ghostly detail.
Okay.
Where him is standing up strongly at the end is him what you would call it. You could see it clearly, and it's very solid.
Right. Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Cool. Yeah, we will see.
I have the vision in my head.
You're going to put it down on paper.
Whether or not I can succeed at doing it is another thing. But
we're going to see it. We're going to see it come together.
And again, I try not to work from the movie, and I'm not trying to work from other artists' renditions of it. To be honest, I haven't had a whole lot of time to do my research into this one, so I might look through the. I always go back to the books and find the passage that that Tolkien writes, about that scene, and I read that, and I get my own vision of it. But that's kind of what I had Yeah, I could see it in my head. So that's always the challenge. Is like you have this vision in your head. You're like, okay, let's put that down on paper. Let's do our best to get that down. Well, what you see in there, and sometimes it's like a walk of the park. Other times it could be a battle, but we'll just see how it goes today. So the reason I'm wanting to do some more Lord of the Rings related artwork is we are going to be doing another hashtag campaign. Why? You tell us why, Eric. I think you know the reason why.
Hashtag respect Tolkien. Respect for Tolkien.
We're going to be doing it in April, though.
Okay.
Do you know why?
I would like to know. Well, why?
They are releasing the 4-hour extended version in the theaters again.
Oh.
For the 20th year anniversary. In some places.
Okay.
And so that was some big news that we saw on Twitter. So Azura, hey, what's there? Janet from Another Planet. It's been a while since I've seen you here. How you doing there?
Loving your art picks, Janet. Keep them going. Those you're spectacular. I love seeing those. You make my timeline a nerdier, geekier, wonderful place.
She does
keep it going.
The rhinestone artwork, right? Yeah.
Yeah, just like this wonderful,
very
like
cool
like I call it Stitch Perfect. Like Stitch Perfect is something I made up for cosplay. Like it's a play on Pitch Perfect, like karaoke. Like someone's like, "Wow, your cosplay is Stitch Perfect." Well, yours is Stitch Perfect too, man. Chick lady.
I'm let's see here. Okay, I'm trying to find the tweet about this here. I've been so horrible. People have been tagging me on Twitter and stuff. I just haven't had the time to. So frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I'm trying to find the tweet here, and yeah, as soon as she saw it, she got to me about it. It's like we got to do another hashtag event to kind of like correlate with this. Oh yeah, Azura. Oh, she's blushing.
Hello.
Here we go. Nope, that's not it.
Oh yeah, so next month is gonna. Let me look this up about the movie. Lord of the Rings.
Okay, so it says The Return of the King back in theaters for 20th anniversary. The theatrical release will not only show the extended version of the movie, but will also include extra content.
Indeed.
This is what
even
Gary
more
Neurotics has been talking about.
The extended cut. Cut. Yes.
Yes. The longer. I don't know how to say it.
It's the wicked extended cut.
So April 13th. So that's why. So that gives us about a month to work. So another month. I've got one picture done from the two towers. That's the Ents one that I had. So now I'm going to do another 8. So in 1 month.
Nice.
So we're talking about 2 pieces a week on average. So
I'm thinking about
the week. So
I'm thinking about reverting back to Catholicism. So maybe I would commission you to do a series of 12 for you to do the Stations of the Cross, but like for my room. Like it'd be First Friday every day. Catholics out there, I hope you got that.
Over my head.
Okay. A little mumbo jumbo, you just magic words, and you Catholics in your.
Oh man,
indeed.
Whew.
Aw. But I mean, I just watched them. So I mean, I watched all 3 on Christmas Day. So it's like I'm kind of like fulfilled. I already did it.
It's so awesome. But like I could watch those. I don't know. Like if I ever have to sit down and I've got like I don't know, like a big project I'm working or something where I just have to have something on the background, I will throw those movies on anytime. You know what I mean?
I hope they have an intermission. I mean, seriously.
A pee break, yeah.
Oh, hey, what's up, Bandito? Goodness.
Hey, morning.
Hello.
Morning.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm tired.
It's the crack of dawn out there. The West Coast land.
Yeah, it's 5:30.
The belly button length of dawn.
Yeah. I actually had to do a work got finished with a job yesterday. we went. My brother-in-law and my dad went to install 4 garage doors and 4 openers in Napa Valley.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Yeah, everybody said
Beautiful.
everybody loves Napa Valley.
It's
it's
cute around there, and they got a lot of booze.
Yeah.
I mean, if you bring a chick there, the chances are you're gonna get lucky. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
picnic and a blanket.
Also Skywalker Ranch is there.
I like this.
True, yeah.
There will be a day when the Lord of the Rings news stops hitting, but it is not this day.
Well,
good old speech from King Theoden.
Speaking about the Lord of the Rings, yeah, with Pete, I'm gonna go with just some guy. With just some guy, what just some guy said that he had the new Lord of the Rings that they're going that
Warner Brothers is trying
Warner
to go
Brothers,
with.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's with Peter Jackson's studio.
Right.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it would be way better than what with McKay with those 2 chuckle shits from Amazon are doing.
Dumb and Dumber. Chuckle shits. That's a good word.
That's
the word of the day, kids.
I
like on Sesame Street.
I used to watch Just Some Guy a lot, but
me too.
Then he dumped us all on Twitter that one day, he said, and I was like, so I unfollowed him back, and I unfollowed him on YouTube, and since then it's just been like I tried to watch him a few times, and it's like, you know what, I'd rather watch Bob Ross, or I'd rather watch the Jinja Ninja, or Wakazashi Gray, or Bircher West.
That's the thing I don't get. And
I like him, but
there are people out there that have done that I've watched and done shitty things, or people who have said some crazy stuff to me, thrown stuff my way. I don't do that mass unfollowing thing. I just whatever. Have a good day.
Yeah.
I just think maybe there's too much content and too many creators to to be turning off your audience in a way. If
right.
I mean, he's got whatever. I'm small potatoes. I know that, so I don't.
Yeah.
And I like it when he curses in Elvish. The guy knows his fucking Lord of the Rings.
He knows his stuff.
He knows his shit, man. I have all the respect in the world for him. Maybe I'll start watching him here and there in the future. But I mean, time is time, and if I have a choice, I'd rather watch Scott, Sporking Scott any day than than just some guy at this point. Tune into Sporking News podcast, please.
Speaking of Sporking, have you been following George R. R. Martin? He's been talking about The Wind's Winter again.
He's never going to finish the book.
Sporking just got remonetized by YouTube. We should celebrate by
that's the 5th time though that's happened to him. Right?
He's an outlaw.
I just finished watching. I just finished watching the last night. When I got home before I ate while I was eating dinner, I rewatched the Black Friday trilogy from South Park. And George R. R. Martin's never gonna finish the book. He's like, it's on its way. It's on its way.
I'm right. You're all wrong, and you're all gonna be proven wrong just as soon as he passes away and keels over on choking on a pork chop. He's gonna the next day. You're gonna see it in hardcover. The Winds of Winter. All right, here, Chief Pally.
The Winds of Winter.
Chowderhead.
A dream of spring.
The true truth here is that he already wrote the fucking thing. Okay, no fucking college educated editor since 2015 is going to green light that amount of victimization and violence, especially towards women, and especially making eunuchs. That's got to be fucking culturally verboten in any kind of publishing house, because that's a personal choice of pride and of finding your true self. It is not a punishment. You know what I mean? So and Westeros is and Easteros is a world of fucking eunuchs that were cruelly, sadistically, butchered. From the Unsullied to Theon, you know what I mean, to Varys. I mean, I'm not making this up. This is my own fucking original thought. I never read this anywhere. I think that he wrote the whole fucking thing, and it will be published as he intended, without revision, but posthumously. That's my
That's
my thought. Thank you.
Yeah, I just hope it doesn't end up like freaking like what freaking HBO did.
Yeah, it doesn't have to. Yeah, it probably won't. You know, I mean, but here we are. Jon Snow's still dead. He hasn't been resurrected by the Red Lady yet. If he does in this iteration, if he, you know what I mean, that's where we were. I remember Gary of Nerdrotic fucking reading that chapter of Euron Greyjoy, lashing his, his brother, the Dampere, who we don't get in the fucking show. You know what I mean? The Dampere is now lashed to the prow of his ship, and he looks over, and there's his pregnant fucking, sea wife with her tongue cut out. Come on, this is the level of fucking victimization of women that I'm talking, that would never get this book, by any modern editor in a publishing house. Oh my gosh, that's seriously, wait for it. Think about it. It's like, but if it gets published when he's gone, they can't touch it. He won't get canceled. He's not going to get any of this modern backlash. Did you see him at the Hugo Awards 2 years ago? Oh my
where they were
God.
all going at him for
it was like the beer hall pooch. Seriously, it's serious. It's
snowflake.
It wasn't about fiction. It was about ideology. It was but you saw a clash of generations as well. You really did.
I remember the Hugo Awards a couple years ago was when H.P. Lovecraft won the award for best science fiction novel for The Call of Cthulhu and many other tales. They wanted to take that award away from him because of what he did earlier in his life. And
when was this again?
It's a couple years ago when George R. R. Martin hosted the Hugo Awards.
Yeah, and because he was making kind of like jokes. He made a eunuch joke and he got booed. He kind of that's. I mean, there's a huge generational difference in
Yeah. Well, even at the time from when he started, because he started writing these back in 1996, and since 1996 to now, there's just been like a huge change in the whole,
Yeah.
Yep. And I don't know. It's a good theory, Eric. I wonder if it's. I wonder if it's.
Thank you.
I wonder if that's what the real deal is.
That's my feeling.
You're definitely handcuffed now because of all of the expectations, or not just the expectations, but the rules that have been put into place.
The illusion of these rules, these
illusion.
I think it's the illusion of these standards. Very few people are dictating this mindset. They're not blue collar values. They're not neighborhood values. They're not Christian values. They're all academic values. From academia. So it's that's my 2 cents there.
Yeah, I mean, I just saw videos from Very Dark from Dark Titan Enterprises where she found articles, and also Melanie Mack, I think they found articles where. Well, Melanie Mack found an article that said that had a professor saying if you read Lord of the Rings or 1984, you're an alt-right Yahtzee. But I mean, come on,
see you, Scott.
Have a good day, Scott. God bless you and your family. Good. I hope to see you soon. And we're doing John Wick on March the 26th on a Sunday afternoon. John Wick 4, The Nerd Gang. So, Scott, keep that in mind if you can.
I've heard good things about that.
20 days, in about 3 weeks.
Yeah, and with 1980.
And bring Girl Scout cookies to sell if you do. Bring a couple of cases. Seriously. I'll buy some. We'll all buy the shit out of the.
Wait a second. Is Scott up your way?
Yeah, kinda. They're in Connecticut, so there's Brightest Day, Macklin Made It, Dr. Rachel Lindbergh, Scott. They're all based in Connecticut, and then there's a bunch of us that are based in Massachusetts. Snacks and Comics, myself, Thomas Gilkey, the D-Day Direwolf, and a couple of others too that might not want to be doxxed because they're very wicked sensitive about like where they live. I would be tool because he lives in Lowell, so that's full of fucking degenerates and fucking losers. I mean, I'm from Southie, so I know my losers. There's a spectrum of loser, and thanks. Oh my God, he's hitting the Southie well a lot today. Yeah. I was there last week. My people. We call the beach, Carson Beach, the Irish Riviera. Carson Beach to Castle Island there. The Irish Riviera, they would that's where all the Irish people would go sunning and burn.
It's not that difficult to go out and sun and burn. Get burnt.
We got a lot of redheads.
All you got to do is stare at the sun wrong. Go out there for like 5 minutes, and you're like a lobster.
Wicked.
Like a lobster.
YouTube.
I hope I get the chance to visit that place, though.
We are good.
My friend from college, we actually worked in Japan together as well. We've known each other since, like the 90s. We hadn't talked for years, but he's actually in Boston now. He lives there. He's a comic book collector, and he's trying to get his kids into it. And he's doing a little bit of drawing and stuff of his own self, but a really, really cool guy. And I said, if you ever get the chance to meet Eric, because he watches the show every once in a while, he'll put it on. So if you're listening right now, Chad, hello. It was great talking to you the other day. If you're out there listening, I don't know if you are or not, but really, 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 really great guy. I think we sat down and had a 4-hour conversation or whatever. But it just felt good talking about, we just talked about comics most of the time. Like going back and looking to what we've been collecting lately, or what we've been had in the long boxes, and it was just good having a nice conversation about that, reminiscing.
Yeah, it's good to run into some old friends once in a while.
Oh yeah, but if I do get to make it out of Boston, then definitely have to
take you on the Freedom Trail. It's just like these red bricks in the middle of the sidewalk, and you walk it, and you get from here to there. But in between, you go into all of these Revolutionary War things, like Paul Revere's horse shit was right here. And, this guy got shot here. And like, this was the... yeah.
Oh, you mean from the Boston Tea Party? No, he got shot here like the other day.
Dude, and over here, we threw the tea off the ship there. And...
That's the kind of guide I would want, though. If that's
wicked local tours.
Yeah, I would want a guide whose like Boston accent was so thick I couldn't understand half of what he was saying.
And over there, in '96, I was coming home drunk from the bar, and I peed in that doorway. A cop almost busted me. He said, "You're walking home, aren't you, Chief?" And I'm like, "Yes, sir." Fucking piss, I had to shuffle it back in without and I got piss all over my fucking thigh, but that was worth it because I didn't spend the night in jail. Thank you very much. Please tip your bartenders. Ben Affleck could have had it. Ben Affleck had the worst accent in Good Will Hunting, and he grew up here. He grew up here. Matt Damon, on the other hand, had a really good accent. Robin Williams tried. Robin Williams. They were all from South Boston. That was the whole thing. Love that movie.
What do you feel about this, Eric? The Americans never have understood how to make a good cup of tea.
Listen here, you British colonizing, potentially Jinja soulless individual over there. I grew up in an Irish household. Okay, now we use 2 bags. My grandfather likes Salada. My aunt, my grandmother liked Tetley. My auntie's like Red Rose. This one like berries, but it had to be an orange, black, pico, whatever. And it's milk. Whole fucking milk, no skim milk, no cream, whole milk and sugar with little biscuits, little cookies. And my favorite was the Peak Freen. It was like this cream cookie, a butter cookie with the jelly in the inside. My grandmother had to buy 3 packs because as soon as she got home from the supermarket, I had to dive in and eat the whole fucking box of one of them because I was a little pig and only child and I was spoiled rotten. Thank you.
So there you go.
Thank you guys. So that's how you make a proper cup of tea is whole milk and sugar. Yeah, no fucking cream or skim milk.
whole fucking.
So yeah, Irish people, British people, we all, Indian people, Hindu people, that are British colonized, we all drink tea the same way, I guess.
Earl Grey with
Am I
lemon,
true?
right?
Am I true? Is that right, Jay? You Americans have none. That's good.
Yeah, you just take a big cup of tea, dump a whole bunch of sugar in it, and mix it around, let it do its thing.
I like the British way how to make a cuppa in the microwave. Like you put the tea bags in the water and the milk in there, and then put it in the microwave, and it landed like oh, that's interesting.
I thought that was like heresy for some reason, but like I worked at an English school, and both the guys who run it were Brits, and that's what they would do all the time. I'm like, they're all going on about how like they're the best, know how to make a cup of tea, and it's like, well, so that's how you do it in a microwave.
But it needs to be about 2 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon or so, and you need the cookies. You need cookies, and you need to have a kettle. You need to have a teapot. I still have my grandmother's old teapot. I do. You're never too old to. You're never too old to miss your grandma, and I have my grandmother's Irish teapot, and it's older than me, and it came
was
from
it
Ireland.
Short and stout?
Oh, here is my hand, here is my heart.
That's pretty good. Microwave, no. Hey, it's the Brits. The Brits are the only ones I've ever seen who do that. For me, it's
I do not drink hot tea because you're a Southern belle, there, aren't you, Jan, from another planet? And if you wanted to make sweet tea, I think all you would have to do would stick to your little pinky finger right in that cuppa. It would be sweet enough.
Aren't you? Aren't you from the Carolinas, James? So
I am.
Sweet tea.
Sweet tea.
How do you like tea? Okay.
There are two types of tea. There's sweet tea, and then there's sweeter tea. Basically, just diabetes in a cup.
Diabetes. Gosh.
Yeah.
I remember seeing House Party, like with Kid and Play. Remember that?
Oh, I think I saw that about once.
Oh God, there's a scene where you see the kid brother and he's making Kool-Aid and he's just pouring the entire bag of white sugar into it, and then he's just mixing it. It was like that was this was kids too, making Kool-Aid. We didn't have sweet tea, but we had Kool-Aid. Up here. Yeah.
Yeah, Kool-Aid.
What's tea like in Japan? You're serious about tea in Japan? Yeah.
It's green, and you have to sit down, and you have to be in like the whole traditional get up whenever you drink it, and you have to be in a room with a young lady, and then you have to, whenever you're making the tea, you have to do like this really quiet ceremony, and then you both go in to kiss at the end, but then a typhoon hits.
Oh my goodness!
So that's how we drink it here.
I got you, Sato. I got you, old friend.
Old friend. Yeah. What a great.
Love that.
Working still here. Oh man, Karate Kid too.
Speaking about Karate Kid, this year's going to be the final season of Cobra Kai.
It's good that they're doing. It's good that they're ending it. I like the fact that they're like not drawn it out to the point where people get bored of it, end it on a good note where people are still excited and having a good time with it, and
you can watch it over again, like Mad Men or Buffy or Sopranos. It's a complete story. I mean,
geez. None of that freaking Game of Thrones crap where they just
where they rush it, where they rush the end.
Yeah, or what else? What else was there that they just kind of like?
I'm looking forward to the next season of House of the Dragon.
Me too.
That's going to be the Dance of the Dragons, and this is going to be great. We're going to see friggin', one Doctor Who's kid face off against another Doctor Who. This is going to be fucking amazing on dragons.
Yeah. Yes.
Do you know it's going to be fun.
I know this is going to be controversial, but the dragons are some of my least interesting part of the show.
Scott.
No, but I love dragons, man. And the first Game of Thrones series, when that dragon first came in, the battle, I can't remember the name of the battle, of fire or whatever it was. I can't remember what the name of the battle was. Whenever that dragon came in, dude, like just freaking, I remember playing that scene over and over and over, and just getting cold chills, like goosebumps from it. And it's like with this one, I'm so interested in what the people, like all of the, what is it called? The I'm gonna get the word wrong. The all the political stuff that's going on
Machinations.
Machination, yes. Machination. I'm really interested in
Maneuverings.
all that. Yeah, I'm completely. I didn't like what they did with was like the last episode where uh the lady just pops up into the whatever it was that they're doing the have the king come in, doing that whole ceremony, and then this dragon pops in and it just felt really, I don't know, felt lame. But
Yeah.
In House
I
of the
know.
Dragon, right?
Yeah. The second to last episode. It
So
was
when
the
she
one
just shows
after the
up with
king
the
died.
and she just
Yeah,
shows up and she's on a dragon alone and talks
yeah,
to her
yeah.
talks to her
And
uncle and just
busts through a floor like you're gonna kill yourself if you do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was just so many things that would just it didn't seem it was way out of place with the whole series,
Mhm.
and it felt like you're just trying to show off a dragon and her being cool, but nah, it didn't work for me, not at all.
For me, it felt kind of rushed.
Mhm.
Yeah, that part right there. The only dragon I'm interested in is the dragon from Dragonheart. They have to switch from dragons that are sentient.
Yeah.
Sentient,
Sean
sorry.
Connery.
Sentient, dragons that can talk to you.
I am the
Yeah.
last.
I don't know. Oh, there you
I am the
go.
last.
Speaking about uh, mentioning Sean Connery reminded me that they're going to censor some of the books from the James Bond novels, and and I saw this on J the Deep Minded, and also
Yeah.
Vera Dark from Dark Titan Enterprises. They're going to censor some of the James Bond novels, and
We got it coming. Us, we bigots.
Oh, thanks, Zax.
Hey,
Oh, yes, you meet. Good night.
and good morning.
I just think
Appreciate it,
it's
bud.
I
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I just think it's like earlier I was mentioning 1984 and they're saying that if you read it you're a hard right liberal. It's just don't aren't you, isn't that your textbook? Isn't that the textbooks? I mean, they're using it verbatim. Like you're supposed to hate the person no matter what, and you're supposed to erase the history. I mean, this is that's what the SJ. I don't want to say SJWs or far left. The far left. It's what
Yahtzees.
the far left. It's what the far left have been doing for a long time, and the far right have been doing it all, and they say that they're better than the far right, but the far right is taking school books out of schools and shit like that. I mean, you do know that 1984 isn't supposed to be an instruction manual, right?
Right. Yeah. Low spec says it right here. Yeah, right. It's supposed to be a warning, not a how-to guide. Yeah. Wankas.
Oh,
Yeah. I went on to one of the last times that I actually had interaction with people about these kind of issues on Facebook was about some of these, and they did it on Dr. Seuss's the whatchamacallit. It was like the anniversary of his death or something, where they decided that they were going to take that time, choose that time to pull some of his books. And it's like, that's not a coincidence. Let's stop doing this kind of stuff here, guys.
yeah.
And then I get attacked on there like, oh yeah, you're just spouting out all the stuff from the far right. You far right this, far right that. I'm like, dude, come on, guys, we know each other. You know who I am.
Here's an
Bastards.
interesting kind of spin on that, though.
Yeah.
There was the Agatha Christie novel.
Right.
You know where I'm going with this? It's
I
called "And
think I do.
Then There Were None,"
Mhm.
and it has changed its title twice because of our modern sensitivities. And I'm not even
Right.
being clever here, but I'm not even going. In 1939, Agatha Christie, if you don't know, is a crime mystery writer of in the golden age of but right around World War II in the late 30s and 1940s. And there was I grew up with this story known as 10 Little Indians. Its original title was 10 Little N-Words. No lie. That was its, that word was used very openly in society back in the 20th century. And there
Yep.
is
Yep.
no place for that kind of usage, anymore. I mean, it was the late 80s and there was the rap band NWA.
Right.
But I mean, that was, and before that in 1976, we were talking about comedy albums. There was a Richard Pryor album named in 1976, American N-Word. And it had like an Uncle Sam kind of motif with Richard Pryor. No one was bigger than Richard Pryor in the 70s. And those were two like #1 albums, using the N-word in its title. So there is part of like, it's been used. Will it continue to be used? I hope not. I think it's an awful word. But yeah, so in 1939, Agatha Christie published her 10 Little N-Words, which over time became 10 Little Indians between 1964 and 1986. UK editions continued to use the original title until 1985 because they didn't have that, that history with the word as Americans, because that's an American word. You know what I mean? Seriously. And but over time, it's called And Then There Were None. And it goes 1 little, 2 little, 3 little Indians. It's based on a song. And so, but still, I mean, what is appropriate and what isn't? I mean, and that therein is the slippery slope. And it's, I don't have answers. All I have are more questions, I guess.
Yeah. It's
Thank you.
one of those. I could go on and on about it, but it's just like I'm not going to solve anything. I won't be able to solve anything.
Yeah.
Because I have my own thoughts on it. Like, again, I have my own thoughts on it, and probably a lot of people don't agree with my thoughts on it. That's all I got to say. Yeah. Whatchamacallit? I want to
guess
just,
are these really like, say, with Roald Dahl, like, are children still reading Roald Dahl? And so is this done for the children's benefit or the activists in office and the publishing houses benefit? That's a good way to maybe frame it. What'd you miss, Angry Canadian? You missed,
everything, man.
the
What are you
whole
talking
thing. And it's about time for James to have to set up his canvas too.
It's already set it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to segue. I'm going to use that as a segue into. I'm going to read a little bit of Tolkien here for you guys.
Yes, let's do it.
So here we go. I'm not going to read this whole thing. I'm going to
mind your copyright strike. Yeah.
I'm going to say. Let's see. Let's just share. Okay. I'm going to start. Actually, I probably should read the whole thing. Suddenly Gandalf changed, casting his tattered cloak aside. He stood up and leaned no longer on his staff, and he spoke in a clear, cold voice. The wise speak only of what they know, Grima, son of Galmod. I'm going to get names wrong, by the way. A witless worm have you become. Therefore, be silent and keep your forked tongue behind your teeth. I have not passed through fire and death to bandy crooked words with the serving man till the lightning falls. He raised his staff. There was a roll of thunder. The sunlight was blotted out from the eastern windows. The whole hall became suddenly dark as night. Only Gandalf could be seen, standing white and tall before the blackened hearth. See, I love this. I love how Tolkien is using all of this references to light and dark, and it's a continuing thing I've been using in my pictures. I'm going to use again today. So in the gloom, they heard the hiss of Wormtongue's voice. Did I not counsel you, Lord, to forbid his staff? That fool Hammer has betrayed us. There was a flash as if lightning had cloven the roof. Wormtongue sprawled on his face. Now Theoden, son of Thingol. I'm going to get names wrong, guys. Will you hearken to me, said Gandalf. Do you ask for help? He lifted his staff and pointed to a high window. There the darkness seemed to clear, and through the opening could be seen, high and far, a patch of shining sky. Not all is dark. Take courage, Lord of the Mark, for better help you will not find. No counsel have I to give to those that despair, yet counsel I could give, and words I could speak to you. Will you hear them? I bid you come out before your doors and look abroad. Too long have you sat in shadows and trusted to twisted tales and crooked promptings. Slowly Theoden left his chair, and this is what I'm imagining right here. A faint light grew in the hall again. With faltering steps, the old man came down from the dais and paced softly through the hall. They came to the doors, and Gandalf knocked. "Open," he cried. "The Lord of the Mark comes forth." The doors rolled back, and a keen air came whistling in. A wind was blowing on the hill. "Send your guards to the stairs' foot," said Gandalf. "And you, lady, leave him a while with me. I will care for him." "Go, Eowyn, sister-daughter," said the old king. "The time for fear is past." "Now, lord," said Gandalf, "look out upon your land. Breathe the free air again." From the porch upon the top of the high terrace, they could see beyond the stream the green fields of Rohan fading into distant gray. Curtains of wind-blown rain were slanting down. The sky above and to the west was still dark with thunder, but the wind had shifted to the north, and already the storm that had come out of the east was receding. Suddenly, through a rent in the clouds, behind them a shaft of sun stabbed down. The falling showers gleamed like silver, and far away the river glittered like a shimmering glass. "It is not so dark here," said Theoden. "No," said Gandalf, "nor does age lie so heavily on your shoulders as some would have you think. Cast aside your prop." From the king's hand the black staff fell clattering on the stones. He drew himself up slowly, as a man that is stiff from long bending over some dull toil. Now tall and straight he stood, and his eyes were blue as he looked into the opening sky. "Dark have been my dreams of late," he said, "but I feel as one new awakened. I would now that you had come before, Gandalf, for I fear that already you have come too late, only to see the last days of my house. Not long now shall stand the high wall, which Brangel, son of Earl, built. What is to be done?" "Much," said Gandalf, "but first send for Eomer." So that's what I have here. Beautiful.
So,
Yay.
Not my reading. Not my
what are
reading.
you?
No, I've got names wrong and everything, but that was fun. I love reading through his words.
So
His
what are you?
works
What are
are
you going to be
beautiful.
painting?
Theoden awakening from his emerging, well, kind of like transitioning from the bent old decaying man into this this
Yeah,
what should we call it? Standing up strong, that stature.
yeah. That was my.
I
That's
want to have
one of
that
my.
transition
Like
happening.
the throne in the background with the
Yeah.
with the hunched over,
Yeah.
Theoden, perhaps with the
Right.
Grima next to him in the darkness and the shadows. But then
Yeah.
in the forefront, you have the proud risen Theoden with
Exactly.
blue eyes and the light.
Like
You misspelled Tolkien, Valkyrie.
Hey.
No, she's actually okay. She's actually taking a bath right now and using like it's all. I think that's what she said up here, right?
Or maybe
She's like speaking into the phone, and it's
Yeah.
what do you call that? I'm talking to my phone because I didn't want to miss the live stream, and I have to take a bath. So hands off, laugh out loud. So there we go.
Or we could be talking about like the South Park character,
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, no,
Well, actually, his name is Tolkien, but everybody thinks it was Token.
It sounds like Tolkien invented the world's first intervention. From looking at this like allegory, it's kind of like it's like Theoden has broken his alcoholism, and he's realizing he's as young. He's younger than he thought he was.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to get my camera ready, guys. So
yes,
I'm going to
let's do it.
Here. All right.
And while we have a moment, if you haven't already, why don't you pick yourself up a copy of Jinja Ninja's first independent comic book, Anti-Steam Junk Western, episode number 0. I've got a copy. Actually, I got 3. It came in with poker chips and a bookmark, and I got a black and white copy. I got the variant edition cover, and I got to support independent artists. I got to be a real patron of the arts. Seriously, and it's a great story. I'm a huge comic book fan. I do a comic book daily YouTube show, and I'm also a guest on Wes from Thinking Critical's Saturday Comics Aficionados show. So I love comics, and I want you to love comics too. And Thomas Stenger and James Harris's first indie comic book on Indiegogo. It's really interesting. Great art, great lettering, and a really clever, interesting story too. So it works, and it leaves you wanting more by the end. And it's a great way to end that story and to segue into some more delicious, wonderful James Harris Art here on his art stream.
Thank you, Eric.
Yeah.
That was really kind of you there, bud.
You're welcome,
I appreciate
sir.
it, man. You're the master of that. I
Oh,
do not have the gift of the gab like you do, bro.
shucks, man.
I respect it. I gotta hold on one second. I'll be right back.
Got it.
check the
What you got? ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué pero que sabe? Ponme al día.
Eric, will you stop butchering my language?
Hey, ese, tranquilo, suave. Escúcheme muy bien.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on this here. Man, I didn't realize it's been an hour and a half already.
Butchering my language.
These what have you got here for me, Bandito?
First,
better not be Warhammer.
Well,
Just joking with you.
Really good.
Yeah, I ordered this on Amazon.
Ooh.
It's the Kill Team starter set. I am so excited to get this. It comes with 8 model.
What's up there, Andy? Sorry. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, it comes with 5 models of 2 teams. It's the Orc Commandos and the Death Corps Krieg, the Adeptus Guardsmen.
Mm-hmm.
Comes with everything that I could use to start a Warhammer kill team game. I also got the Compodium, which also outlines more of the rules and everything. So I am so excited to get this. It's coming in on Tuesday.
Nice,
awesome, man. Yeah, and
Are they painted or unpainted?
I'm not sure, but do you paint them? No, I don't paint. I got 2 left hands. I'm going to.
I know a doctor who can remedy that.
You know?
Yeah, I know a guy.
You can identify as being bidextrous one day. You know, you can do anything.
What if you turn upside down? Then you could probably turn it to right. Okay, whatever. Sorry.
Yeah.
If you paint upside down.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm gonna get it comes with 2 books, the Recruit Edition and the Core Rules. And I'm thinking about doing an unboxing that day. On that day,
nice,
or later that week, so I could show off what I got. And I'm just so excited. This is like my first step in Warhammer.
You know what? You should hit up MVP and see if be like, hey, for Man Cave, can I share my unboxing with you? He would be so into that. I hope.
Yeah,
he's cool like that.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Enzo? Welcome.
Hey,
how you doing there?
Kenzo.
What up?
How you doing, boys?
Good
doing
morning,
right, man.
Morning.
Good afternoon to me here. I'm just sitting, chilling, working on some assets for my cartoon. I'm currently drawing legs.
Nice.
Female legs.
Whoa, hubba.
Not hairy man legs. Yeah, my little avatar, that's one of my characters from my new cartoon now. I was gonna I'll send a few bits over to James in a little while and show you. I can't really spoil too much because it's unreleased and a lot of the guys haven't seen their own characters, but I'll show you some test footage and stuff for the animation that I was doing when I first kind of started. I've been animating walk cycles this week. It's very exciting. Drawing the same set of legs 12 times, repeat. I must have drawn 1,200 drawings in the past 3 weeks, man. I've been at it solid.
Yeah. I remember seeing that one. You showed me a video of something you're working on, man. That seems like a ton of work that you've been doing there.
Yeah. I'm trying to actually. I first did the first little video I uploaded was kind of homage to an Australian web cartoon called The Big Lev Show, and it was created by, I said this all before on the podcast, it was made by one man on his own on his laptop, and it's brilliant. Like the story's great, and it's got a big following, and like we just did a parody version of that because it was on the Full Aussie podcast, and obviously the boys all love that show too. So I did a parody version of it starring Lethal Lightning, just talking about being a Twitch streamer and a gamer and stuff. And it was a take on an episode that was about a builder, but it was kind of like flat animation, as in it was just still scenes with a mouth moving on a character. Whereas I wanted to do more. I wanted it to look like a cartoon, a watchable show rather than just a webtoon, if you like. And I've always been a doodler, man. I've been doodling since I was back in high school to school. I'd sit and draw Beavis and Butthead and freaking like The Simpsons and Futurama characters, and then I'd be drawing my teachers as these, characters and stuff. And I remember the teachers always said to me, "Oh, will you just stop doodling? It's never going to get you anywhere." And I'm thinking I'm going to try and stick it to them by releasing a cartoon that maybe will get somewhere. You never know. That's the
Right.
plan, and But yeah, I've been working really hard on it, man. And obviously it's my first project, so it's not the Simpsons, man. But I'm trying to do the best I can with the tools I have,
I hear you there, dude.
I'll be honest, I've surprised myself, man. In terms of, just turning my little doodles into something that moves on the screen, like it's been a fun learning experience. It has been taxing at times, and obviously I was listening to you guys last week about, the moments of doubt that you have,
Yeah. It happens to us all, man.
Yeah, I've been having that, where I've picked up and it just hasn't been going my way. And then the next day I sort of, finally crack it. And then I'm like, you get that feeling of fulfillment, like, yes, I made this, like, and I'm impressed with it. Like, and it's not very often, I'll feel that with my own stuff. You can have 1,000 people telling you, "Oh, that's great, man!" Like you get lots of likes on social media for it, but unless you're really happy with it yourself, like you don't get that feeling of sense of fulfillment or of the finished piece, But it has been I've burnt myself out a few times, man. I've been
Yeah. It's always you're always there's always a danger of doing that as well, especially when you're putting so much. I imagine this is like one of the first times that you've done something on this grand of a scale.
Yeah, well, to be fair, I know the principles of animation because I've always been a fan of it, but actually implemented, it's like that with a lot of things, I guess. Like, like painting those figures. I used to do that, like when I was very young, like 12, 13, and I only did it for a couple of years, and it was more I was hanging around with a group of boys that did it, not that.
Yep.
Yeah, and like there's techniques in that what I mean. Like you look at it, and you think, man, that's how on earth did they do this, But then like someone shows you the ropes, and after you've done it a few times, it's kind of just second nature. It's a skill learned, isn't it? And I think and then it's about applying them same skills that you've learned, into something else. Like say you decide to start painting Gundams, although it's different doing airbrushing, there's still some of the techniques that you would have picked up from doing that you carry over. And I think it's the same with me from just doing stupid doodles at a table on a scrap bit of paper. So now I'm doing it, in a animation platform. It's the same deal. So it's just it's watching your work come to life that I like the most,
Yeah. Oh, I totally hear you there, man.
And I've had an opportunity to work with people from the fellowship, like other online creators. I've had a guy, Sergeant Herbs from the Grunking on Dogs Gaming podcast. He's a musician from Texas, and he's made me a really good theme tune for the show. It levels the whole intro up. It's like a deathcore, death metal kind of vibe, and it just really fits, man. And then I've also had the voice actors, which is I've had this week. I've had Lethal Lightning in recording just a couple of lines to tie it up, and Wicked Virtue in from Geeks and Gamers. She's been doing a few lines for this episode.
Yep.
And then the main man Mozart as well, who's my profile picture there. I'll send you over some test footage in a little while, James. I'll let you crack on with
Cool,
the
man.
drawing.
Yeah.
Now, what have you guys been up to?
I just got back from Comic-Con, man.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I have been listening since you come on. I was just waiting for my lot to get out of the house and for the washing machine to finish before I come on.
Yes, just got back from that, and it's weird. Like I got back home around 5-ish today, I think it was. But
Okay, fresh back.
yeah, so just whatchamacallit, it always feels weird after, you finish and you get back into like the grind again, because I'm ready to be at the next Comic Con, to be honest. I'm ready to, like, you spend the whole time talking to people, having all these really interesting conversations. In fact, Valkyrie 7076, who's in the chat right now, I met her at the Comic Con. She's really cool people, man. Really great conversation. It's funny, I actually met somebody at Yokota Comic Con. They're like, "Do you know a guy named Young Ripa?" I was like, "Yeah, Eric Jarley." He's like, "Yeah, I ordered his comic book." So met a guy there on the base who had got his comic book in the mail. And he watches Geeks and Gamers and stuff. And I actually had another guy. He's like, "Oh, the Jinja Ninja. Oh, yeah, I know you. I follow you on Twitter and YouTube." I was like,
That's
"Oh,
cool.
really?" Yeah, it was like the first
You
time
met
that's ever happened. Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. So that was cool stuff that happened. And no, just yeah, spent the whole time talking to a whole bunch of people. And um, it's always a good sign that, like, I only got one piece of artwork done the whole time I was there, because I was just spent the whole time, talking to people who stopped by the booth and everything. And that one piece of artwork that I was working on the whole time, which was a Captain America piece, the guy that was there talking to me was like, "Yeah, I'll buy that." I was like, "Cool."
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, yeah. I'm just ready for the Osaka Comic Con coming up in May. It can't get here soon enough.
Mhm. I'd love to come over. I'd love to come over to a Comic Con in Japan. Well, I'd love to come over and do anything in Japan, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a fun experience, definitely.
Mm.
This one was a smaller venue, to be honest. The main guest was the lady who does the voice for Ruffy
Mm-hmm.
in One Piece. Yeah, she was the main
really?
guest there. Yeah, yep.
I also saw like Misha Collins from Supernatural was there as well. Also, what's his name? God, he was in everything. He played Michael Roker was
Okay.
there. Yeah, I saw that on. I saw that, and what did you get to meet him?
Dude, I never have time to meet anybody at these things, like any of the guests, because I get there, I set up, and then I work the whole time. And then as soon as it's finished, I don't leave my booth the whole time. I stay there at my booth the whole time. And as soon as
Yeah.
it's finished, we got to take the booth down. So no time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just no time to and it was crazy. The one piece, that lady, she was right across from me, uh like taking photos and with the guests, or not with the
Really?
guests, with the people there. And I
Yeah.
couldn't get over there because I was too busy at my booth.
You watch
So
One Piece, James?
what's that?
You watch One Piece?
No, but my daughter does. So I was going to try to get an autograph for her,
It's
but
like
I just didn't have time to even
Yeah.
leave the booth.
it's
Yeah.
very long. It's very, very, very long.
Oh yeah, it's been going on for a long time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Dragon Ball. It's like Dragon Ball size long.
There's like close to 1,000 episodes now, like 960 something episodes or something, isn't it?
Yeah, like it's kind of like Detective. Shit, what's that name? Detective Conan and Dragon Ball. They all it's about that many episodes.
Yeah, it's been on for a long time.
Yeah.
It has.
Longest
It
time.
still holds up, man. Even the first season. I love the little like still watercolor scenes they often use in it, and
Uh-huh.
it would just be a pan shot of the watercolor rather than like a moving. And I like that. It just adds to it for me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but what I'm not excited for the Netflix adaptation
No,
because they already
don't think so.
screwed up Cowboy Bebop, Death Note.
They're doing Gundam as well.
Oh God.
I know. I can only imagine. It's like I think we talked. I don't know if it was on here. No, it wasn't. It was on the Legion stream. We were talking about the Gundam thing, the adaptation, and I think they'll probably nail the aesthetic look of the mobile suit. Like,
Yeah.
definitely, yeah. The mech.
Yeah, because that's like the licensed property itself. I mean, there's only probably so much there would be allowed to to adapt a pre-existing successful IP. Now, story notes and relationships and characters, that's probably a different level of fuckery.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
they're going to. I feel like they're going to screw up the story, insert modern political scapes and everything.
We don't need that.
It's like how they screwed up Cowboy Bebop. They screwed up Resident Evil. They screwed up Death Note.
Mm-hmm.
I already memory hold RE. That's funny.
The thing is with the Gundam is about the politics, man. You know, that is the show. It's I know, like everyone thinks it's a big,
Yeah, I know, but it's more
fighting. No, it's not. It's the politics.
Yeah, but they're pretend politics.
Yeah,
and that's what makes it fun, and that what makes it interesting. The fiction, the pretend politics of it, these needs that they have.
The war between the Xenos and the Earth government, because it's
like a different set of needs. I mean, that we don't have. I mean, we're talking about colony life off the planet, and should Earthbound governments, how much say should Earthbound governments have?
That's right.
Extra planet. I mean, there's a lot.
It shows that the ones that you are presuming to be the good guys, aren't necessarily have to do not necessarily as good as you thought and have to do some bad things, and it's the same for both sides.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that Gundam is known for, I mean, giant robots were always a big deal, but they were more like superhero things. But with Gundam, it showed a real how devastating war could be for someone so young. It showed signs of it showed signs of PTSD, loss, pressure of command.
You've got to be pissed off to want to throw a meteor at like a planet,
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean,
Char's my favorite character out of the whole.
With every iteration of Gundam, it's kind of like the Cold War. With Gundam, I thought it was like the Cold War, and if they capture that same type of energy like they did with with Cold War dramas, then maybe like the Americans, then maybe it'll be okay. But if they don't and they insert like something like and they turn in something like Star Trek Discovery, then I'm checking out. Hey, Jaffo.
What's up there, Jaffo?
Good morning. How are you, Jaffo? Good to see you. Indeed. Yeah. I don't even Netflix. I haven't Netflix since Cuties. So, like, when I hear Netflix, I'm like, no.
Yeah, well, I'm British and I do not put my tea in the microwave. Just so we're clear.
Okie dokie.
Hey.
I just heard earlier. That is
Whole-
not something I do.
Whole milk,
Mm-hmm.
not skim, not cream.
No.
Right, exactly. A Yank would offer you either
I'm
or.
drinking coffee right now, but
I'm Mexican. I'm Mexican, and give me some coffee any day.
I identify as Australian now, but I am from the UK.
Yeah. I saw a video. I saw a video from Coffee House Crimes, and they were doing a case. He was reviewing a case from Georgia, and he's from the UK, and he's like, and he was saying, "You Southern people should be ashamed for that sugary monstrosity you people call tea."
They're just jealous.
My wife don't put sugar in hers. I put a tiny little piece of sugar.
Oh, I found this website of great coffee. This great coffee company from, and I gotta.
Did somebody say coffee?
Yeah,
Well,
I gotta thank
Eric's cute.
Mel from Noob Reviews for pointing me at this. Let me see, where is it?
Megan Lee?
Right.
Meg.
Yeah,
Good old
Meg from Noob Reviews, because
You're getting your beautiful YouTube ingenues confused, I think.
Yeah.
With Melanie Mack and Megan Lee.
Yeah.
And then you got Mags as well. Well, Meg Mal Megan Lee.
Well, a lot of YouTube personalities all have that names start with M. So I get confused sometimes.
Like the Jinja Minja.
But I'm talking about specifically petite, cute gals that just want to hang out with.
Let me see, where did I put that? Yeah.
Well, ginger minge would mean something else in the UK.
I know exactly what that means. That's why I was saying it. I got a couple of friends.
Jinja Ninja means a soulless ninja.
Still yet to be proven. Yet to be proven that we have no souls. Just a theory. But it's true.
I'm sorry, I'm still stuck on Jinja Minge. I'm like, yes, please.
Red Sonia, please. There you
Fanny, be tender with my love. Sorry, I'm not making fun of the Bee Gees. I'm a huge fan. I know that's a sin in Australia, punishable by caning in public.
Here we
making
go.
Fun of the Bee Gees.
Here we go. It's called this website's called Coffee on Comics. They actually do put like comics on coffee, and they named them after. Right now they have a
wonder how much that costs.
Yeah,
like license those images. Those are licensed images.
Yeah,
I wonder how much it costs.
They were able to license some of the images from DC. Like they got this Metropolis Mocha, Joker Blueberry Blast.
Yeah, those are all own IPs.
Yeah, they were able to get a contract with them.
That's cool.
Yeah. Let's see. Dark Knight Roast. And here are some original. Here's some tea.
Now I got the Bee Gees in my head. Do it right, take me through the night, shadow dancing.
Here's some.
Baby, do it right. Take me more, drag me across the floor. Oh, well, that's Andy Gibb, but he was the fourth BG.
Yeah, here's one that includes a Shepherd's Dark Rose that comes with its own digital comic book inside included.
Mm-hmm.
And this is great. It just has they have like superhero comic books on the package, so it is just a great idea.
I wonder if they have a game on the back, like kind of like an old cereal box that it would have the same kind of thing,
No, actually, look at puzzle. Look right here, right here
inside.
No, This is the front. That's the front, and this is the back. It has a
Oh, cool.
It
It's
has
got some panels in the back.
Yeah. It's called Coffee on Comics. Oh, Comics on Coffee. Comics
Mad
on
love. That is irresponsible, and that is condoning abusive relationships and harming people I love.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Everybody knows Harley Quinn is bisexual.
No, that is Harley the victim, and that's like dead naming her. Be better, Bandito. Be better.
Yeah.
Hashtag bigot.
Kiss my
Besim mis nalgas, gringo.
Kiss my Mexican hairy ass.
The pelos de mi culo quiero estos besos. You're right. That's gross. Why'd you make me say that?
Because that's what I usually tell my brother when he's pissing me off.
Indeed.
I actually want.
I could use some coffee right about now.
Yeah, I actually want
some Jinja Ninja coffee with Jinja Ninja.
Actually,
well, the problem is that you would never be able to find it. It's hidden way too well. You know.
Well, it's this Japanese exclusive. You can own the market. Be like, what is this Jinja Ninja coffee?
I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna put this on chat, the website on chat, so anybody can look it up.
Will there be boobs? I like boobs. Boobs are nice.
Who doesn't?
Sweaty boobs, big boobs, little boobs, perky boobs. Not saggy boobs, not so much. But more than a handful, you're risking a sprained thumb. Yay, boobs.
What was that from again?
That was from Weird Science.
Of course. Why do I keep forgetting that, man?
Bigger.
Ooh.
That's a severe behavioral disorder. Next thing you know, you'll be wearing a bra on your head.
Spitting this white.
Spitting this butt wipe. First, I'm gonna butter your muffin.
I'm gonna watch that movie again.
Didn't think it was a whale's dick, honey.
I can't believe that guy was in Aliens.
He was in everything. Right?
Bill Paxton was wonderful, a great ingredient to any movie. He really did. He was great in True Lies. Remember that? He was my favorite part of True Lies. I hated that movie.
I like True Lies, dude.
See you later, bud.
Lots of people like it. Angry. I mean, it fell flat for me. It's had no rewatchability.
Tom Arnold was one of the best things in True Lies.
Mm-hmm. So was Eliza Dushku.
He was all coked up.
Yeah.
I love that one scene though, where what should we call it? He he takes him for that car ride.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's some classic Bill Paxton. That's good stuff. I'm afraid I'm a bit I'm a bit more tired than I thought I was, so I'm gonna probably try to knock this out as quick as I can.
Yep.
I've got I've changed the image a couple of times, but I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my best to make it.
Yeah.
Make it look. I'm breaking out some new brushes here.
We're all a little tired, James.
Yeah. You're tired of me. I know it is.
No. I'm tired. I'm tired from the 2-day job at Napa, dude. Oh, and speaking about that 2-day job, my brother-in-law suffered an accident there.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine.
Right? Yeah.
Okay. He's fine. He just can't use his thumb can't use his thumb for at least a couple of weeks because
now the time to get your revenge in Mortal Kombat on Sega Genesis with him. He's fucked and you'll be fine.
Yeah, because
what's toasty?
Yeah, because he was actually using a drill bit. He was actually using the drill to pre-drill some holes on one of the doors.
Oh no!
I saw this in a movie once.
Yeah,
Drillicula 3.
About a year ago.
Prom night.
Return of the.
About a year ago, I was fixing a garage roof with my friend, and I was holding the sheet down, and he was drilling up from underneath,
Ooh.
and he literally come up. It didn't go through my hand, but it went into my hand.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
that's
Wow.
same thing.
You
same
could have
thing
had
happened-
stigmata and said you were Jesus Christ,
There we
Same
go.
thing.
and people
Lost
would have to
opportunity.
believe you.
Same
Lost
thing happened to my
opportunity.
brother-in-law.
Be
He
like-
had to go to the emergency. He had to go to the emergency room that day, but he came back to work. He came back to work like 3 or 4 hours later.
Mm-hmm.
The guy's tough.
Speaking of tough Mexicans, did you see the anybody watch UFC?
No, it's not my bag.
Yeah, I missed it.
Oh, do you want to know the outcome?
Go ahead. I'll watch the recap later.
You know, your girl took on the what's her name? Gusso or Justo?
Yeah, Grasso.
Yeah, she took on the champion.
Uh-huh.
She completely owned her, man. She defeated her.
Yeah, she took
So
her
the
back,
new
right?
champion is from Mexico,
Ah.
the
Yeah.
ladies division.
She'd been working in training on implementing that finish that she did. You know,
Yeah, it was ridiculous. She completely owned her.
Yeah.
She took into account that whenever Shevchenko throws the spinning technique, she leaves herself completely unguarded, and she was waiting for the moment for her to spin. She set it up because she come from a southpaw stance, and she knew that she would have to throw the left spin, and she waited for her to do that because she often throws a left high kick or a left body kick, and she waited for her to throw that and jumped on her back and choked her out.
I reckon we'll be seeing a part 2 of this pretty soon.
Oh yeah, Shevchenko.
Rematch.
Yeah.
My dad right now. My dad just got home, and I think he's gonna get ready for the race because today's opening season for Formula One.
Oh, cool.
He
People
loves
like that.
him and my brother love Formula One. And I just found
That's
out
cool.
Mackenny loves Formula One too.
That's cool. Yeah, he does a lot all that racing stuff. You know. That's
Yeah.
Jay does as well, doesn't she?
Yeah, I think she does.
Yeah. I've seen her post about it. Yeah, Valkyrie, I hear from there that cosplay. I imagine they must take it out of you.
I always wanted some kind of prisoner exchange program with the Southerners that, like, you know, you can explain the NASCAR Winston Cup scoring to me, and I'll explain hockey offsides rules to you, and then we'll bond our cultures.
Yeah, Jay's going to be watching too.
Yep.
I turn left better than you.
Mm-hmm. I like English Premier League, like that. I've developed a taste for that over the past 10 years. So now I Saturday mornings at my pub, they have a Bayern Munich booster group. There's like 20 of them, and they open the restaurant early for them at 9:30 a.m. Eastern US, so they can catch the Bayern Munich games, and they're all there in their red shirts and shit, the red and blue shirts. It's pretty cool.
Who would fight?
I'm always referred to as a puffer in the UK. I do not like football.
Wow.
Look at what Valkyrie just said.
You know,
who would call the cops on her?
Well, which cosplay was it, Valkyrie?
Because my presence there was offensive. Really? Which one was this?
Yeah, which
the one that
cosplay?
we were just at?
What? That's not.
I could see that happening, like in the States or something. I don't know. Like, I couldn't see that happening at the one there in Yokoto.
Oh, if you're Red Sonja. Oh, well.
Yeah. Oh, really? Well.
Karen did that. Karen called her. Called
chicks
the
are a
cops.
jealous bunch, dude. They really are. They're
What's
wicked.
with their Aussie ASMR? Yeah, they're just jealous.
Chicks are like that.
I remember at Emerald City Comic Con, they were at Emerald City Comic Con. They didn't allow people to dress up from the anime what was it called?
Berserk?
No.
One Punch Man?
Let me look. I'm looking it up.
I saw a Full Metal Alchemist, and I thought it was like an Iron Man armor. And they're like, no, that's Full Metal Alchemist. I'm like, well, it's still just as cool. because it was fucking life size. You know, it's just beautiful cosplay.
Yeah.
Couldn't give a shit about that.
That is Kenzo.
Oh,
What's up there, Ozzy?
It was from the sun. From the they weren't that they were trying to bar people from wearing costumes from the saga of Tanya the Evil,
I
because
have no idea what that is.
It's kind of like an isekai anime where it's based off like an alternate version of World War One, and most of the main characters were from the Axis side, except they
that's great. Like, you really want photographic evidence of yourself dressed as a Yahtzee.
Yeah, but they're not technically Yahtzees.
Yeah, well, the Xeon outfit is basically a Yahtzee uniform, isn't it? So,
or like they're like Ethan Van Sciver posted an old picture of him at a con next to a Stitch perfect Red Skull and the black, Gestapo-esque,
the Hydra.
This is
a Hugo Boss design those fucking uniforms. That is so, but it it has the Hydra logo instead of the swastika, and but it's like that's an unfortunate picture for that individual. I feel.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the it's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the one where they
No.
There's the one with where they find out that the grandfather, or is it the grandfather or the father? I think it's or it's the uncle or somebody, some relative. He's like, I want you to go in. He's like dying. He's really old. They wanted to go into their storage and find all of his, take out his stuff, and they find out like all of the the Nazi get up in his place. They find out that he was that he used to be part of the he was a soldier from that side. Yeah.
Okay. This is the typical, like, all right, let me put this up. Like this is the typical getup that they have for Tanya, for the saga of Tanya the Evil, and these people were just so these people at Emerald City Comic Con were just so angry about it, saying, "Oh, it looks like fascist, like the Nazi uniform," but then people just
the hat a little bit. Yes, the hat is evocative, but I would say if it was flared at the hips, like that would be a more iconic. You know what I'm talking about? Those hip flares where it bulges out to the pockets, and with and then those thigh boots. Yeah, well, yeah. So those are jack boots too, but and I guess that kind of like that looks like a uniform, man.
It's just a uniform.
That's also evocative of Soviet uniforms, especially with the red band. That's more Soviet to my eye than it is Nazi.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people were just saying. It's just an anime, and so they were finally able to get them to relent.
Yeah, you just have to say, I agree that you just want to see Nazis everywhere. I'll agree to that.
Yeah.
And have a nice day. Here's a juice box. And here's your safe space. Go sit here for a little bit. Your parents will come and pick you up soon.
Yeah, it's just that so many people try to find, like, it reminds me of that one grifter that I hate so much.
Annie Nicholson?
No.
Chrissy Marr?
No.
Love them both.
She goes by her initials are AS, and she said she went, everything's sexist, everything is misogynistic, and everything is racist, and we gotta point it out.
Oh, well, yeah, exactly. So that's what she's going to find that everywhere. She'll see that everywhere. She's blessed because the world is full of that, and she will never get her fill of that. So good luck to her. I'll agree to that. You're going to have a good time, and you're going to be busy for the rest of your life. Cheers, lady. Have fun. Good hunting.
Yeah. And it's just the thing. That's the thing. If you go around looking for hate, you're gonna find it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna. Why can't you just enjoy things as they are?
Hate clicks, man.
Are you talking about your girlfriend again there, Bandito?
Yeah, it's outrage culture, but for them, it's the same thing. It's like okay, this is the most upsetting thing I can say, triggering thing I could say to anyone on the left. AOC is the same thing as Trump. She's just a demagogue. She's just as uses emotionality and just like she's the same fucking thing. It's just performative, but it's just a different flavor, And it's like she's
got a nice booty.
Yeah, this is well. People are. I saw some quotes on Twitter arguing about how Trump was better than Obama or Obama was better than Trump. I just wrote this back. Bush, Trump, Obama, Biden, they're all the same. They're assholes. They're only in it for themselves.
I just tend not to.
That's good. I mean, America. Do you, James? Are you able to vote? Do you absentee ballot vote?
Yeah, you can absentee vote. Yeah, you can do it here.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm just tired of politics because everyone they feel like they need to insert politics everywhere. But I don't think you should.
Well, only their politics, because your politics are evil, you bigot.
I'm the son of immigrants, and I live in California. Okay.
Yeah.
My life is crap. My life is crappy, and sometimes I want to forget my life is crappy. So that's why I love reading a comic book once in a while,
or hopping here on my stream.
Yeah, or playing, or even listening to Warhammer, or playing video games, or even listening to Warhammer novels, or playing video games. It's just I just love to forget that the world is something. It is. I just want to sometimes forget that the world is.
Nailed it on the head. The nature of escapism,
yeah,
versus the neediness of the activist.
Yeah,
and I mean, I don't want to watch sports to be constantly reminded to sit, stand, and kneel. That's called Catholic Church. I'm not kneeling before anyone except for the Lord. I just, we have this thing. We had this cartoon as kids growing up called Schoolhouse Rock, and it was in the 70s.
I remember that.
And there's little musical things, and they had History Rock, and one of the songs was "No More Kings." So, we don't have kings here in America. We don't kneel to anyone.
Yeah,
not in this exalted state. You know what I mean, and not in this group.
Apart from all those football players,
it had its day. You know what I mean? It had a good intention when it was an original idea, and then it just got taken way too far. And when it became almost compulsory, this is when it lost its specialness. It was just, and it's now you go to a sports game and it's platform central because needy activists need these public platforms. They need a platform. We need a hockey rink. We need the basketball court, the football field, the soccer pitch. You know what I mean? That's what we need.
Yeah, you remember
the racetrack.
You remember the days when it was just one.
Ring.
You remember the days when it was just one guy holding up the sign that says John 3:16.
Mm-hmm.
Austin 3:16.
Yeah, it's like this thing, like it's a passage from the Bible, like, and God sent His only Son onto the blah blah blah, but it's like it became a joke too, and like that's where you have Austin 3:16 from the 90s, and Stone Cold did that,
Oh man,
Jake the Snake actually quoted John 3:16 to Austin. He said that to him. Yeah, this is what John 3:16 says, and then Steve Austin said back to Jake the Snake, "Yeah, well, Austin 3:16 says I just kicked your ass." That's where,
Yeah.
Yes.
that's from,
Yeah, I remember those days during the I remember watching Love and Wrestling when I was a kid. I used to get into me and a bunch of schoolyard kids would get into fights over which brand was better, WCW or WWF.
WWF.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
James, I
think
like
they're
where
both-
you're taking this so far. Just want to let you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. It's taken its time, but there's him really old, and
Mhm.
he's
Exactly.
yeah.
He regains
Yeah.
his youth when he
Yeah.
sheds his addiction.
Right.
WCW had the NWO though.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know, and it was always cool to see. There were always some kind of second tier, but compared to WWF, which was just like that was the Saturday program. After all the cartoons were over, 11:30 a.m. Don't bother us. It's off the top turnbuckle.
When I was religiously watching it, you had Nitro had a 3-hour show, and Raw had 2 hours. So I would watch
exactly. Yeah. My childhood was of the
Nitro.
early 80s, and they started doing prime time. So it became Monday and Wednesday nights or something. And you had Raw versus main event, something like that. And it's like, but my wrestling days, no, it was Saturday mornings going into Saturday afternoon. And then you would have it like an hour, like the 2 hour show. And it was fucking
Superstars. Yeah, WWF.
Yeah.
Superstars.
Bobby the Brain Heenan, and I love Roddy Piper.
Heenan, yes.
Piper's Pit. I was knee deep in Piper's Pit, man.
Here's something you guys might not have known.
You want a coconut? You want a coconut? Fucking A.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do there. I'm trying to transition from cool to warm. Again, playing with light. This is dark down here, and it's going to get lighter up there. This is probably going to take a while to do. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it tonight or not, but I'll give it my best.
You know what? Don't rush it either. I mean, it's going to be great.
Take my time with it.
This is a good idea. I like your vision. I like where you're coming from.
Here's something that Kevin Nash actually said would have changed it. Kevin Nash said in a shoot interview that they would have gotten The Undertaker to WCW. And this was when he was going around riding a Harley, right? Going out, the American Badass gimmick. They would have, instead of having the Undertaker, he would have went as Mark Calloway, his real name, and he would have been, and he would have just been like a surprise hire for WCW.
Weren't he in WCCW as one of the skyscrapers with Dan Spivey? I think that was his first.
Yeah,
not his very first, because his first one was with the Von Erichs. That's where he first got his first match. And one of his first ever matches was against Bruiser Brody.
Oh yeah, when he was Texas Red, he actually did that. He actually Bruiser Brody turned it into a shoot match because he pissed him off. Cause he said that he didn't sell, and Bruiser Brody got mad at him, and he thought he'd teach him a lesson. He kicked
learning moment. That's what you need, bigot. You need a learning moment. So you're saying you want to teach me a lesson? All right, let's step outside.
Yeah, well,
Bruiser Brody
actually kicked him full force in the face, and then he threw him out. And then he threw him out the ring, and he said, "Come on, kid, let's go for a walk." Put him on the announce table, and he said, "Don't move." Got a wooden chair, and he broke it over his back, and he said that he was never he would never try to go into business for himself against someone like Brody. He actually scared him. Brody actually.
I watched the Mike Tyson hot boxing with the Undertaker on it recently, and he was talking about when he first saw Bruiser Brody. You know, obviously you see these people on the TV and like they're big imposing characters, but the Undertaker's a big guy himself, right? And he said when he first come, he looked at Bruiser Brody and thought, "Wow, like I'm bigger than this guy. I don't know why everyone's so scared of him." And he said, "Yeah, once he got into the ring for him and realized, yeah, this is why everyone's scared of him. Like he's an animal."
Yeah.
He's a bit before my time, to be fair, Bruiser Brody.
He actually
is like through watching stuff. Like I didn't really grow up watching him, to be honest.
Yeah, he actually died before my time. He was killed. He was killed in Puerto Rico.
That's right.
But
I like wrestlers that can also like make the transition to acting, because when like someone like Dwayne Johnson, like when he was in Walking Tall, that was like 15 to almost 20 years ago. That was really fucking good. I was looking forward to him.
He plays himself, then he kind of he plays the persona almost.
Yeah, they're good actor. I mean, like John Cena too. I mean, like actor. They you know what, Dave Bautista, he's got some chops. He's impressed me seriously.
They remind me of what I used to grow up on, watching films like Commando and the Jackson stuff. That's what these guys personify to me, and I like that. I think that's what we need, more stuff like that. You look how successful like Reacher and The Terminal List were this year. We had a few more movies like that with a big iconic character in it that people can. Not that people can feel represented by, see myself on screen. You don't want to see that. You want to see a badass on screen and imagine in your head.
These wrestlers can pantomime and use body language and face, and facial expressions. So someone in cheaper seats from afar can be a part of that experience and that storytelling. So there's a lot to it.
They do choreograph fights for a living and acting. They have storylines in wrestling now. So. And there is some people that you watch them for them, just the way they talk, it's just that they have charisma and I think it would translate well to movies with some of them. A lot of them have tried it and sort of not really done well. Like Hulk Hogan, even his movies, I didn't really.
He
was in acting though. Yeah, he just played. He just played himself.
A new wave that I seen are films from Bollywood. I mean, those things are like early Hong Kong.
That one. Those. Is it? I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
There's one that just came out it's actually called DDD, but I don't know what it stands for.
Triple D.
Well, yeah, that, but.
Well, watch out. It could be like Star Crash versus Star Wars. If you've ever seen Star Crash, then you know what I'm talking about.
Star Crash?
Star Crash. It's a wonderful movie, dude. Yeah. It's a Roger Corman sci-fi movie, 1978, a Star Wars knockoff. Starring Hammer Films ingenue, Carolyn Monroe.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I've sent a few bits over to you, James, but I see you're not in front of the computer.
Sorry, I'm getting into this picture here.
Yeah.
I'm just missing out on things. Right. What you sent me what did you send me?
I've just sent you some like character design I was working for when I was doing the warp cycle for him, and some test footage. And then just some mouth animations of the same guy, and then just what I'm working on today, right now, basically. Just like
okay. All right. What's the best way to? Which ones of these would you like me to show?
If you put them up, I'll tell you what they are if you like.
Okay. Do you want me to just start from the beginning?
Is this Aunt Patty and Selma's slideshow of their vacation?
Yeah.
Thank you. Here's our spike for the Grand Canyon.
Hey, what's up there, McInerney?
Hey guys.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Hello.
Good
Morning, there, sleepyhead.
For
Thank you.
crying out loud, those climate activists are at it again.
I thought you were saying about McInerney being here.
No,
Hey,
no.
I'm not a climate activist. Okay.
Exactly. You climate activist. What do you want now?
They're
I am.
they're putting tar over the memorial in Würzburg, Germany, which shows the people who died during the Holocaust, and they're putting posters up there. You're not going to help your cause that way.
They're getting attention. It's attention-seeking behavior. Every only child in the world wrote this. It's about misbehaving.
Hey, I'm an only child.
Then you know the power you have of misbehaving and of tantrum and how like and appeasement and the power you have to ruin someone else's good time. I know, like that's. I had that power.
Except I grew up with both. Except I grew up with both parents.
Man, that's good. Then good for you. God bless you, man.
How's it going? Mac?
I was gonna say, climate activists doing that to a Holocaust memorial. That's kind of anti-Semitic, don't you think?
Well, that's how it's gonna,
I see your true colors shine.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's why I love you. So don't be afraid.
Oh, come on, guys! I haven't even.
Vito hasn't even woken up, man.
Like a rainbow.
I haven't even had my coffee yet, dude.
Oh, come on.
James, what's my harmony on that? What the fuck?
So, man, I just let you roll with that one. I started up. I set it up there. I tossed the ball up there, and you knocked it out of the park, Brad.
So on screen here, you've got some line art for the Mozza character. He's like the. I'm trying to portray like a family dynamic with the characters. Like a sitcom family, and he's going to be like. I've aged him down slightly because he's in his 20s, but he's going to be like the little rascal of the group, if you like. And this is just like a line art, and for the puppet I was doing for him, and I was doing all the different leg movements, and it's got the number 4 there. That's for the legs. And then the next one, James, if you go along to the next video, to the next slide, please.
Whoops!
We have
fucking
the next one down.
Jesus Christ! Hold on a second.
Hide that because that's got all your private stuff on it.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to. I don't know how to go to the next video without
showing your browser history.
Yeah, exactly.
You can just slide along to the next one. Like,
I assume his browser history is full of stuff he used for reference.
Oh yeah, that's what Hobbit feet really are.
Yeah, mine's like too.
Hold on a second.
For science, for science.
Rosie Cotton.
Yeah, so it the next one's a video, so it won't let me. Hold on a second. Yeah, it's a video.
The next one is just some line art, and it's a 12-stage walk cycle that I drew for the Mozza character.
Nice.
And this was just the test footage of it to see what it looked like, and I was using CaliPeg, the animating platform for iOS, which is it's relatively new. It's been out for just over a year, but they've just updated it as it goes. And I've been having it's really easy to use. It's like a layer-based software, like a video editing program or whatever. But now I've got used to the interface. So it's quite a smooth little. That was just animated at 24 frames per second.
Nice.
Yeah. That's good.
There's another 2 little videos after that one, James, where it's just the next one would be him with just a random background I put behind him, and I coloured it in just to see what it looks like as he's trotting along. There's 2 different ones of those.
All right, hold on one second.
And then I've also been, you know, for each character, I've basically done a turnaround sheet, you know, walk cycles, each one for each character. So this is just him walking along with a background behind him, so I can see, and then his eyes turn and look at you. And then I've actually used that. Then the next video would be him like in an actual scene, which is from the intro of the cartoon. I've made the intro credit, and I've, you know, made like a nice little logo for it that pops up. I've got the intro music supplied by Sergeant Herbs, and I've, you know, done all the like panels that come up with episode 1 created by Kenzo. And initially I was drawing them all by hand, you know, because I wanted it to be in my own handwriting. Yeah, this is Mozart just walking up in front of the full Aussie house, and it's got the full Aussie Australian aesthetic there, Australian bins with a dead cat on the top.
So
that I
was wondering, is that a face hugger?
I was gonna say, so this is the so I assume this is the pilot for Lethal Lightning's animated series, right?
Yeah, that's right.
The full Aussie animated series.
That's Jeremy Griggs' house or something. I recognize the car.
That's the full Aussie house in the background. Because Lethal Lightning hosts Geeks and Gamers Play, doesn't it?
Stars Steph, my nerdy home.
And then there's one more video there, James, of just Moz's mouth animations. They were quite fun to do. Obviously, when you're doing mouth, and it shows you inside Calipeg as well. It's got the I've done just a little video capture of Mozart, and not each mouth sound, because some of them share the same one. But this is Mozart.
Fuck you, dickhead! You're not my dad, cunt.
Yeah,
I assume that was
Fuck
towards
you,
Mr.
dickhead! You're not my dad, cunt.
I assume that was towards Grant.
That's what I'm trying to do. So you've got Grant will be like their crazy uncle, you know.
I was about to say. I was thinking just the same thing. He's going to be crazy uncle. Oh god.
And Moz is the little kid. Lethal, I've kind of aged up slightly, and he's like the patriarchal, like, but not the dad, but the main man character of the house. Rhino is going to be like your teen brother. Wicked Virtue's your teen sister, and Steph from Geeks and Gamers is like the main lady of the house. You know.
Oh god, that'd be perfect. Okay.
And I've got them all in to do the voices and stuff. We've got I've got probably 2 more scenes to work through. I've been going through this week reworking scenes, and I've got like a little gaming scene. I'm just
so are you saying it's going to be like a full Aussie version of How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah, it's kind of like a 90s to early 2000s sitcom aesthetic, but with, you know, skits, Aussie humor, a bit of my mad crazy stuff from my brain, like. And some, you know, them guys are bang into their gaming, so I'm trying to include a lot of gaming references and whatnot, you know, like so I've been having a lot of fun with it. This is the first.
Are we gonna get like a Grant spin-off called My Aussie Uncle?
I do have a little. I've got a little story arc planned as it goes, and it does feature Grant, all of them heavily, but yeah, I like Grant. He's really got good comedic presence on all of the streams that he's on, as far as I'm concerned. Like,
he's hilarious, man.
Yeah, and I actually, when I first said, "Oh, let's make some animation for your show," right? I had 2 weeks to make it, and I didn't really meet the deadline. To be fair, well, I kind of did, but I was working literally until an hour before the stream. And then I tried to render it, and the file it wouldn't get past 23%. I had to so I started it again. And when I was finished, I was happy with what I had. But it was more flat. It was like the characters would just bob on rather than having walk cycles. You know what I mean? You would see their legs, and then it would be 2 people on screen talking, and then they would bob off again. And it kind of, to me, I thought I can do a lot better than this. So I said to them, look, I want to release one every month. We'll release it on the next full Aussie, and then a month after that. And it gave me a lot more time. But I spoke to Grant about it, and he said he's happy to help me with just having someone to bounce ideas off. you know, in terms of like writing, because I was doing it all on my own. I had 2 weeks, I thought, initially to do character design, aesthetic, background design, design the house, then obviously draw all of the mouth animations for each character, animate all the mouth, write the script, write the story, record all the parts for the people. It was just a bit much for me to do in 2 weeks. And I kind of realized it would be better for the project overall to at least spend a month on it. Because even though it's only a short 3.5-minute episode, like to do 30 seconds,
It takes a lot of time.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time to get something. Yeah.
And there was a few things I thought after doing the first cut where there was good jokes and good scenes, but kind of the scene ended abruptly. Like it needed an extra line, you know, just to transition to the next scene or to pay reference to the scene before to make it make more sense. And, you know, having that little bit of extra time made me realize that. And now I'm sort of finding it easier to transition between the scenes and make it more cohesive. But what do you guys think of the look? Do you think it looks pretty?
Yeah, I like it.
I like it.
Yeah, it's
it
reminds me of very early Family Guy.
It does. I would say early Simpsons, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for. The Simpsons fan, because like I was trying to spread across the board of things that people can accuse me of ripping off. So I could, you know, I've tried to, because when I did the Big Les thing, man, I got quite a lot of hate of some random people on YouTube for that. Like, they were like, how dare you rip off someone else's art style? When I was like, man, I'm paying homage to it. I'm not like trying to. It's a meme. It's not.
You know, they did say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
It was fan art, man. Like
it's fan art, exactly.
Yeah,
it was fan art. It wasn't. I wasn't trying to say, yo, this is my amazing ideas, and it literally had audio. The one of them that I got shit for literally had audio from the Big Les show in it. Like that's why they were like, oh, you've just drawn over his work. I was like, yeah, that's exactly what I've done. Like, but that's what I intended to do. It's a meme, not. Whereas this is all me, man. Like that's all hand drawn from scratch. You know, like every frame is my work. Like obviously I've used references from them, a lot of animation resources, you know, like walk cycle reference pictures and stuff, but I've not ripped them or cut and pasted anything. Everything is drawn by me, you know, like, and it's been, like I said, I left a comment in the chat last time. It's been an exercise in line work consistency, because I quickly noticed when it's moving along, if your line weights are not the same, it will show through. And that's not what I wanted for this project. I know on some things it looks good. I remember Ed, and Eddie had that loose line art style where the lines moved and it added to the whole, you know.
Yeah, like Two Stupid Dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
Love that dumb show.
I do too.
It was so entertaining.
Yeah.
But even early Rick and Morty, the pupils, like the eyes used to sort of slightly move and stuff, like, and I used to like that rough kind of style. That it makes it look more hand drawn, you know, rather than they went through a stage where everything just looked like it was just done on a computer and everything was too perfect. But yeah, it's been fun, but I tried to get that 2-week deadline, and I really kind of burnt myself out, man. I was staying up till like 3-4 in the morning, and then getting up again at sort of 9, and then trying to crack on straight through with it. And I realized I need to sort of set myself a schedule and have rest and stuff. But I'm quite an obsessive person, man. Like, but one thing I will say that has been nice, I feel I have a purpose now, like to what I'm drawing. You know, some days where you have that art block where you're like, oh, what should I draw?
Yeah. Yep.
I found myself doing a lot of fan art or just copying other people, like drawing anime characters or whatever, you know, like but yeah, this is
what's up, Jeff Atkins?
It's been nice to have a project to work on, man. And it's been good as well to work with other content creators. I've spoke to a few guys about doing music for it, like because a lot of the stuff I've been using in this first episode, obviously I've got the custom intro, but then I've been using just public domain stuff and some classical music.
Yeah, you can only get so much out of the public domain stuff, you know.
You can, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like
well, I've used
it's
classical
very limited.
music for 2 of the scenes. I'll be honest, and they really actually add to it. It suits it. But they're ones that have been used in films too, I guess, you know, and cartoons. But it's hard too to try and. There's been so many of these adult cartoon shows out now that have used similar gags, you know. It's hard to do certain things, but like that whole South Park episode, Simpsons did it, you know, like.
Oh yeah, I love that. I love that one.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm sort of having the same thing. I'm thinking of little gags, and I'm thinking, oh shit, no, that's like this scene from American Dad that I've seen before, and I'm like, oh.
See, Eric, now you got me started. Every time Big Dog scares that little cat, it cracks me up. And every time that dude tells him it's wrong, it cracks me up. It's just different dogs right now.
Nice.
Ain't that cute, but it's wrong.
Well, hopefully I can have it ready by next Saturday for you all to see. I don't know, it might be a bit too graphic and swearing and stuff to show on here, but I'll definitely, you know, drop the links and stuff for you guys to check it out.
Awesome, man. Well, again, keep working at it. Don't kill yourself over it. Have fun, and if you feel like you're getting burned out, set the mouse down for a second and go out, get a little bit of fresh air, and then
just remember how much
how
much you're getting paid to do this. That's
Just remember how much, and just remember how much you love doing it.
That too.
That's why I'm doing it. I want a show. I want a cartoon, man.
You gotta have you gotta have a love for doing it. You gotta have a passion for doing that.
Like I said, I've been drawing this kind of thing as far as I can remember since I was in school, and it's now time for me to put some of my ideas to use, man. Like,
nice.
I'm not going to do comics, like, although I don't think I'm good enough, man. Like,
well, do yourself a favor and make sure you copyright your material and make an Ashcan magazine cover of your prospective properties and your characters, just to get, like, you know, that's just maybe a little covering your ass.
Oh yes, remember Robot Chicken?
Yes. I've made all the files, so they're all dated as well from when I first did the drawing.
Fucking on that episode. I'm fucking on like chapter 61 of mine. So, and it's like I don't want to do I don't want to do a comic. I want to do an American manga. Basically.
You know what? I just got Arcathena by Eric Canetti. I got a 3-pack for like half price. He had issue 3 just came out. It's 3 of 6. These are this is an amazing art and great story. If you really liked something like those late 90s Wildstorm Stormwatch comic books, dude, that's all the vibe I'm getting out of this. It's fun, it's accessible, and it's completely new. You know, these are new IPs, new properties, new heroes, new villains, a new world. That's what we need. New blood, new ideas. So something like that, like, yeah, you know, keep going, develop your idea. You have the kernel of your seed. Give it the water and light it needs. Make it grow.
I've been second guessing my idea for years, and I still stuck with it.
But you're an artist. You're going to, you know, and there is no compromise either. There's just executing your vision.
Exactly.
Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Indeed.
and when thinking about your vision is how you're losing weight and how you're exercising, you might want to stick with that too. I walk every day. I walk almost every day, and that's what I think about when I do my walks. I always think about that.
Yes,
have a vision. Ideas like
achieve that.
You guys remember Robot Chicken?
Yes,
of course.
Yes.
Cats are jerks. Cats are jerks.
I still think my favorite skit is the freaking Star Wars parody.
Oh man, that was great.
Specifically the Palpatine one. It still cracks me up every
My
day.
favorite is with Pika and Squirtle, and Squirtle starts talking, and he was like, "No, they'll use the gas on you."
Did you guys ever see the one where they had Mario Kart, but it was like, it was in, what's the video game where you go around shooting people up, and gangsters and whatever,
What,
prostitutes. And all that stuff.
GTA?
Yeah, GTA,
Yeah,
Grand
GTA.
Theft Auto, but it's with Mario and Luigi. Did you ever see that?
Oh no!
Oh
that's
boy,
awesome.
it's bad.
Was it called Grand Theft Mario?
It could have. I'm not sure.
Like GTA style
I'm
Mario?
thinking of-
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh!
I was like, it's funny. I've been back and forth with the lighting, and I think the more shading I pile on, the more shading I put on, the more the lighting seems to work. It seems kind of even itself out. It's like it's awkward at first, but then it's like, oh, okay, then I'm adding layers of shading, and then okay, now the lighting seems to really work. Now it seems to kind of figure itself out. Yeah. Trying to go for simplistic. It's like very. It's not nothing too. Yeah, I'm gonna be working on this on the stream today.
Nice.
I'm just because I got the freaking video notes. Like I gotta send out the membership rewards this week, and I still got one more drawing to do, and then I need to start thinking about what to do for this month. And it's going to be a light month in terms of like membership rewards, because I'm focusing on getting because I got 3 avatars I need to make for next season of Mach Me Live, because we're going live on March 19th. And I need to really get a jump on these and get to finishing these as soon as I can.
Is that some coffee being poured right there?
Yes.
Sounds good.
Colombian, medium roast, freshly roasted, freshly ground.
Okay.
Yeah, it's yeah. As far as like when it goes with us artists as well, like.
Hello.
There's not many other people around that are gonna tell you exactly what you need to be doing. You know what I mean? You gotta end up being that person that tells yourself, okay, this is what I got to do next. And if you feel like you're confident with it, you just gotta put it out there in the ethos. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And then let it take on its own life, and then see what happens with it. But as long as you're creating it out of complete honor to the artwork itself and putting your heart into it, I mean, that's the most you can do, and then you just have to be patient and wait for your skills to grow.
And that's the thing. Is that you'll culminate an audience that is very patient with you.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
can
of course.
wait. They can wait. You don't need to rush. You don't need to rush yourself.
You know what? Wise men say only fools rush in. But I can't help. No takers for that one?
Hi.
Just me?
Yeah,
Okay.
sorry.
No, I just said we're fools rush in, we're angels here to tread.
Eric, speaking of music and stuff, I appreciate your Def Leppard videos there for me, man.
Thanks. They came on the radio, and I just had okay. The most accepted forms of entertainment are Billboard Top 100s, and then we fill in the year. And so 1988 was playing, and it was full of Def Leppard.
Oh, yeah.
Hysteria was a huge album.
It was.
And I think 7 number 1 hits, perhaps. Or is it at least seven singles or 7, or...
Well, yeah. So of course, you have Pour Some Sugar on Me, Love Bites, Rocket, probably
Woman!
Yeah! Animal.
Say alive! And
of course, you have, Hysteria's on there.
When you're near.
Yeah. Oh, what a good song. I want to listen to it right now.
I love.
Oh, man, what a good man. Wow.
I
remember,
tonight.
I think it was like Razor Fist or somebody was dogging it. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, man.
Come on.
Shit. Are you kidding me? Shit. You're the one with the Slayer patch on your jacket and you didn't have any friends? I saw you.
Valkyrie.
I talked to those kids too.
That pour there was satisfying there, Eric.
I thank you very much. I practiced it. Yeah. Fatal J likes that too. He interrupted Wes one day. He's like, wait a second. Like, Wes was like, Fatal J, you interrupted the show. That was so funny. Ooh. Fatal J should be on the show next week.
Fatal J, yes.
Yes.
I've had Fatal on to promote Ninja Blast.
Nice.
So that was such a 2 years ago. That was so much fun. So
I'll buy a copy of that. I need a link for that. Fatal J, if you're listening, I'll hit you up.
Come on, Fatal. Yeah, I'm working very slow on this one. I don't think I'm going to be finished this. I'm going to take my time with this one.
Because it's a good idea. I like your, like I said, I like the vision. You gotta,
Well, it's a difficult perspective too, because it's a bug's eye view. And so, it's not for the lighthearted. But I figured that was a great way to kind of get the confidence in the stature once he's, dropped the black cane, which is what this is right here.
Yes.
Yeah, dropped the black cane and gotten rid of that poison.
So it was a reference to opium, being in an opium den. Or maybe even the post-war alcoholisms that he saw as well.
Yeah, I imagine there was a. Yeah, that must have been tough, man.
Yeah. I mean, because they didn't understand. They were just beginning to understand, the effect. Maybe it was the change of warfare, because warfare used to have honor and organization, skirmish lines,
right.
But with the mechanization and using of technology, stemming from pretty much innovated in the U.S. Civil War, especially with the Gatling gun,
right?
And especially with rifles. There was so much technological advances in the U.S. Civil War, and especially with the invented trench warfare as well. And before that, it was organized. It had a sense of skirmish lines and a phalanx and shit like that were lost by World War One. Yeah.
Hey, Valkyrie, thanks for stopping by.
Thank
She's got
you.
a tattoo appointment in the morning.
I hope it's
I
really
saw that
cool.
That stomach pad is like this skull with these fangs on it. It's crazy looking.
That's sick.
Yeah. And make sure to come by and check out the stream again. And we are going to collab somewhere down the line.
We want pictures of the tattoo.
Please. Yes.
Yes.
Put up your Twitter.
We will give you a follow.
Yeah.
Indeed. Makini, she's cute.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. I like you. Cute goes a long way with me.
Hey, I got this on the.
Not my cute and incredibly muscular. Not my cute muscular tomboy.
Hey, I got this the other day. It's FTL.
Fatal. That's yes. I got mine.
Yes, I got mine.
That's Clint Stoker.
Yep.
Oh, really? Oh, cool.
Yep. Clint Stoker's Fatal. I got it.
I
got mine the other day.
Yeah, me too.
I hadn't opened it yet, so yeah, Clint Stoker's.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm really getting it. I need to go to a different part of this painting. I'm concentrating too much in one place. Move around. What is this fatal thing you guys are talking about?
This is by Clint Stoker. You probably know him.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. I gotta keep it. I gotta keep my voice down. I woke up my stepmom and she
again. Holy shit!
That's what you get. That's what you get for living in a Mexican family.
Yeah, I mean, just be like, he's like, no. Why don't you wake up and make me some breakfast, woman?
Good night, Valkyrie.
Shut up there.
And whack.
And thanks for sharing those links, guys. If you guys want to go check it out, support she's here in Japan, by the way.
Donde está mi desayuno?
Yeah.
That means where's my breakfast? For those of you who are not bilingual like I am.
Bandito, how do you say make me a sandwich?
Henches me un sandwich, puta.
There we go. I like to put that at the end.
Sorry.
If I said that to my stepmom, she would slap me.
You wouldn't taste for a week.
You wouldn't be tasting for a week, exactly.
Yeah, and then my mom would come back from the dead, and then she'd slap me.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Do it.
And record it. The slap.
I'm not suicidal anymore. Okay.
So it's not like a Will Smith. So I assume
Exactly.
I assume it's gonna hit harder than Will Smith slapping Chris Rock.
Yeah. If you ever talk back to a Mexican woman, you better.
Shit. Will Smith is
You better have your light.
Okay, well, he rolled with it. Made it
Exactly.
funny. He's pissed off. He's still bringing cursing Will and Jade up a blue streak now, man. That's like his that's like his act. I mean, geez, you could say like, okay,
hey, monetize it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jada ruined his ass. So, I despise that woman now. I realize I realize how much I despise that woman until now. It doesn't. I said this before. It doesn't change my perspective on him, though. It doesn't change his past work because I still love Fresh Prince. I still love MIB and such like that. It just
It's
you kind of miss that Will. You miss that Will. You miss that version of Will, though.
Yeah, I mean, look at
in the playground where I spent most of my days. That was a good show, man. That was fucking quality entertainment.
I watched it all the time.
It really was. I mean, what happened? What were they thinking with that reboot?
They weren't thinking.
I was watching ETAP's review, and I'm like, this is nothing like the original. In fact, this is absolutely zero correlation to the original show. It's almost a bastardization.
Even with the Fresh Print with the original, they would only hit like big topics only once in a while, but now it's like every episode.
Exactly.
And when it hits, it really hits.
It popped. Yeah, that's why it was a very special episode.
Yeah.
Tonight on a very special episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah,
Uncle Phil learns to share.
Like
Will, don't you be taking? Nope.
I was like, dude,
but Uncle Phil.
It's just like, dude, you just can't, dude. It's like you cannot. There's a certain majesty in James Avery's performance. You just simply cannot. It can't be replicated.
Yeah, got it. Rest in peace, Uncle Phil.
Yes.
I like Carlton. He was the funniest shit, man. Because I liked Alfonso Ribeiro because I was a fan of Silver Spoons, and he was
Carlton
the kid.
Is great. He is
one of the greatest dancers
ever. He has some excellent moments.
That's the funniest thing because Alfonso Ribeiro is a naturally gifted dancer and entertainer, and then he plays because it takes a true actor to play this like stuck up kind of role and pull it off. It was really fun.
That's why it's called
Carlton. He still delivers probably one of the greatest burns in TV history.
And you know what? It's very like Odd Couple too, like because like Felix and what was it? The Oscar Madison and Felix Unger. It was the Odd Couple show.
Yep.
And so you had that same dynamic between Will and Carlton.
Yeah.
This shit where he stands up for himself is one of the best moments.
Mm-hmm.
And it still hits me today.
Yeah, he was
consider you get shit like consider you got shit out there like Eric July still being called like an Uncle Tom. Shit. I'm like, yeah, this hits harder.
And Uncle Tom was a hero. That's the fucking ironic.
And you got something like something like the Proud Family doing that freaking.
Oh, and I used to like the Proud Family too.
Yeah, my sisters used to watch it, and I'm like, and when I saw that scene that went viral, I'm like, kids are supposed to like this.
No,
yeah, it's all part of Disney's not that secret gay agenda.
Yeah,
and then I saw Hypnotic's review of the latest episode. He said it would have been an okay episode if they hadn't been worshiping Lizzo for so long, for most of the episode.
Fuck right off with that. Sorry.
Yeah. What the?
Sorry, it hits a
I
nerve
just
with
don't
me.
understand
Sorry,
that.
Liza. Sorry, Liza, it's a nerve with me. It's not specific.
I just don't. Yeah. That not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea.
It's not specifically her. It's
Not
the
made for
life.
me.
It's not specifically her. It's the lifestyle she's promoting, and I'm like, no. Is we're on the as someone who is still morbidly obese and trying to get better and trying to drop weight. No, I do not promote that lifestyle at all.
I mean, look at,
and I don't like seeing it, and I think it's glamorizing. I'm like, no.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, Adele and that. Who's that? Who was that one from Pitch Perfect?
Oh, Rebel Wilson.
Yeah, they lost.
Both got flagged for dropping weight. And I'm like,
yeah,
it's good for them.
I mean, they wanted to live healthier lives. They wanted to live healthy, and they both dropped weight, and then they got flagged. They're like, "Oh, you're being fat phobic."
To be fair, I was never really into the body positivity mentality anyway.
Yeah. Oh, speaking about strong women, this Friday was International Women's Day, and
Listen, Benito, if you're gonna talk about the Hershey's ad, all I'm saying is, guys.
No, I'm not gonna.
Can I say something? At least say something about the Hershey's ad, though.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead,
guys. Don't fall for it. That is a troll move. What they're doing.
Of course, it's all a troll. Everything's a troll.
I'll tell you, don't fall for it. It is it is just a way to farm outrage clicks.
It's a trap.
Yeah, it's a trap.
It's a trap.
Now I got something to say about the Toronto Raptors, though.
What do they do?
They promoted international because they promoted International Women's Month. They promoted that. And they had a really good promo, and they got flack for Twitter for saying one of the most offensive things you could ever say.
Jesus thinks you're a see you next Tuesday? I thought I made that up.
No, that only women can give birth. That they praise women for giving birth.
That's a pretty sounds like a pretty sound argument to me.
You must have a right-wing chud in your office there, harming people I love.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure science hasn't advanced to the fact where a man can get, or transgender female can give birth.
As I always say, back to science. Only when it's convenient.
I'm a science fiction fan. It's like only through all this countless human experimentation will we get to such places, though. I mean, geez, I'm not.
Only when it's convenient.
Yeah.
Only when it supports your narrative. Other than that, it's science.
I opt out of any conversation like that anymore. I quantify it as in like, how do I want to spend my free time? What do I want to be thinking about? Like, really, what do I really want to be thinking about in my free time? I mean,
exactly.
It astounds me.
I will admit that a lot of the situations that's been going on, especially with Hogwarts Legacy, it's just made me honestly become much more like. It's made me become much more intolerant of the.
It's called. I think it's called compassion fatigue.
No, it's the T part in the LGBT community. It's just like I'm just honestly just.
I mean, everything's problematic and everything's an all for nothingness. I just more of like, I'm with Obi-Wan. Only a Sith believes in absolutes, Anakin.
Yeah, exactly. Man. It's just like the denial of what you guys just did, and the gaslighting, because you guys got caught in 4K. You guys got caught in 8K, 120 frames per second, basically bullying and harassing a big VTuber to the point where she's graduating.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Because she announced that, hey, I'm interested in playing Hogwarts Legacy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You know what? I'm calling. You know what? I'm gonna start using the term right now. Twitter freaks. I'm going to use the term Twitter freaks.
Oh, they're gonna start thinking
She's Twitter freaking. Ow! She's a Twitter freak.
Twitter freak.
Twitter freak. Oh, she's a very kinky girl.
From her head down to her
tablet. Down to her.
Damn it,
Temptation
Mackany.
sing.
And I say that because we got. And I say that because we got freaking AFK Bard and Heron, who I absolutely adore, and I'm just like, it's just crazy, man. It's just absolutely crazy.
Well, this is why amplification of people's messaging is bad if you're on the wrong side, because that's what they want, is because they're a very small part of a small minority. So it's the amplification that's used on these platforms, and but it's exaggerated. It's exaggerated. There's not many people. This is like a saving grace when I think about it. It's like, well, to be honest, there's probably not that many people out there like this, compared to
it's not. Well, I would say it depends on that bit. Like I said on Friday, it's like you can't. It's like no matter how much bad it gets, you shouldn't place blame on the entire community for a portion of bad apples.
I mean, the Ackman did a Hogwarts Legacy Hogwarts Legacy video just a couple weeks ago, and he talked about how people were actually some people who identify as transgender were actually thanking him, but the hateful ones were thanking him for donating the money he was making on his stream to a cause that could help people with transgender issues. But there were
and then we've seen a lot of people, because of just what happened with like Silverveil, with Pikami, and with other VTubers, are just like, I'm part of the LGBT community, but I'm denouncing them because I don't want to be a part of it.
Yeah, but then there's the other half that say they don't care if he's giving the money away; they still see him as a bigot.
And they see the other, and they try to see the other half that the bullying tactics is justified, or gaslighting, saying that they weren't harassed. I'm like, there's actual evidence.
Yeah, I mean,
it happened in real time. Screw you. Sorry.
Yeah, there's another VTuber that's actually doing did a stream just to rile up the Twitter straw.
That was funny. That was funny. I'm sorry. That was funny. That was funny. I know what you're talking about. Because I burst out laughing when it happened.
She said she didn't even like Harry Potter, and she just
because it was like a little skit. Because it's like she made a little skit. It's like, oh, what's this? I got this message from this owl telling me I've been selected to join this wizard club, and then I also got a message from Twitter telling me to kill myself. I burst out laughing. I was like, she's taking the piss out of this, and I'm like, I think that's how you should approach it. Just like either ignore it or just make fun of it. Just like,
one of the two,
I'll probably in the case I just make fun of it.
It's like it's like these people will look for any little thing. I mean, they called Girlfriend Reviews a bigot and an anti-Semite when she's Jewish.
And trying to claim that she wasn't crying when she literally was, and the slander and the continuous slander, defamatory statements. It's like, you know what? If I was Girlfriend Reviews, I might want to start thinking about maybe considering lowering up. considering, filing defamation. Yeah, I know that's hard. You can't to file like a defamation suit, but if it's a case of getting them to shut up and get the harassment attacks to stop, then you might as well.
Well, I guess tortious interference would be the probably your best leverage against. You are literally trying to take away my ability to earn money. Okay, then that's literally tortious interference.
Even J.K. Rowling was like, I'm gonna have to start suing people if you guys gonna continue to make defamatory statements against me.
Yes.
In fact, what happened was
they called her.
It caused one of the game. I think it was one of the game journal outlets. They actually had to go on BBC to publicly apologize to J.K. for those defamatory statements because they were about to, because J.K. was going to start J.K. was going to start suing people for defamation because of that.
She had the deep-minded.
She's got a lot. She got deep pockets. She can do this all day.
How much is it? You had to go on a BBC radio show just to apologize.
Sure. I mean, seriously. I mean, it's. I think it's come to that where okay, we can't.
I hate that it sucks that it's come to that though.
There's no appeal to a negotiated settlement. So if we can't legalize dueling, if we can we can do this another way.
You and memes are still on with that legalized dueling, man.
Because one day we're going to be fighting over a girl, and we know there's only one way out of this to keep our honor.
Jay the Deep.
I know that I will not. Okay, I will.
Friends.
Note to self: do not fight with Eric over a girl.
No, but memes brought that up. Yeah,
brought up a good point. Jay the Deep Minded just brought up a good point on chat. From the perspective of many women, extreme trans activism is about men intimidating and controlling.
No, I'm not, Jaffo.
Yeah, the way that you worded that a bit ago, if it was somebody who wasn't familiar with the stream, they would have thought that, I guess.
But that's the assumption you make that makes an ass out of you and me.
Yeah,
not you personally or anyone out there in the audience. More like
okay, good to know. Thanks, guys. Good to know. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
All right.
I was thinking about it
being
too.
Mysterious. People can think anything they want. They already have.
Go with it.
Okay, and she continues.
I'm not, Jaffo.
Why are you asking? Huh? That's what I like. That's my.
I know, right? Why are you asking?
Well, so I'm just kidding.
And she continues. We've moved past this, but now it's back, and the majority of trans women hate it too.
Super.
I mean,
I imagine.
Extreme. It's just like.
It's just that you have such this loud. You just have this
amplified minority.
What even to be a minority? It just feels like a sect, though.
Yeah,
it's this loud section that just really.
This reminds me of the episode "The Sissy" from South Park, where
here we go, some more Eddie Murphy.
No,
Jaffa, what?
Be like Teddy Pendergrass. Scare the bitches in like him. You got what I need. Scare the bitches in like him.
I was thinking more like an artistic George Michael, but okay, let's go with that. George Michael, okay.
This actually reminds me of the episode "The Sissy" with from in South Park, where Cartman couldn't find a stall in the restroom, so he put a beret on and said he was transgender.
Oh God,
I remember that.
That's funny. Oh, cool. I thought you were going to talk about the urinal deuce and who dropped it.
No,
Mr. Garrison was on that. I love that episode because it was it was
no
me.
that was the one that. That was the one.
Mystery of the urinal deuce. That's one of the best episodes.
That was the one they did about conspiracy theories.
And at the end, it was me. It was Kyle. I had to go. That was fucking simple. That was great. Cui bono. It's always that simple.
but
oh my gosh.
But the
episode. It's a cult.
But in the episode,
it is.
Hey, Scott.
Oh my gosh!
Hey, we're still live, man. I am faded here, guys.
Live or is it Memorex?
Is it faded or jaded?
No, I got back from the Comic-Con today, and I still feel like I'm in Tokyo. And it's a lot of just like riding around in the train, carrying like tons of luggage on your back. It's a trek, and I was like, oh boy,
Hope you
I'm gonna.
didn't get any weird looks or anything. You know?
Oh, he
Who,
always
me?
does.
Oh no, I always
That-
just
that-
get like the
that's every
goggly,
day.
like the googly eyes, because people are just like, oh wow, he's so awesome, he's so sexy and handsome.
That's so awesome. Sorry. I'm sorry.
You're not helping out your argument that you're not playing for the other team, if you know what I mean. There, you're just digging that hole just a little bit deeper there.
Oh my god.
Hey,
Scott.
It's no shame. There's no shame in it. Tweak and Craig came out.
Yeah, but I'm not, dude. I'm not.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I know you just messing with me.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm kind of like stuck on working on Theoden right here. Just.
Oh, it's coming to you. It's coming to life. He's coming back to life.
Yeah, there's coming.
Yeah.
It's that transition.
His faces look great, man.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
I want to knock this back out here, though. I like to take like a wet towel and just go in here and scrub a little bit, remove things. That way it looks a little bit. I don't want it to look too concrete, you know. I want it to look faded out.
Oh.
Change the colors a bit. Change the colors a bit here.
Speaking about about International Women's Month, I wanted to spotlight one of the greatest women in Warhammer.
Your lady?
My mama?
No.
Jay?
She's a battle axe.
LOTR Sarn.
It's wrong.
No, I had a joke for that, but I don't want to be on film, like, you know, getting clipped by
LOTR Sarn. Her name is LOTR Sarn. She is this woman was called by Major Kill, who is a big Warhammer nerd, the baddest bitch in the galaxy. This woman shot a space marine in the face because he refused to follow her orders on her ship. She is the captain of the Conqueror, and this is the main flagship of the World Eaters, and the World Eaters are one of the most dangerous space marines because they would leave no prisoners. They would sometimes even eat them. Ooh.
Well, you got to get your iron somehow.
Yeah. And in one of the stories, a world eater wouldn't obey her orders because he told her that they were leaving the planet, and she said no. And when he tried to overturn her order, she shot her in the face. She shot him in the face, and he got. And even though it wouldn't do crap to a space marine, she ordered the rest of the space marines that were on the bridge to take him and put him in his quarters and leave. That's like telling a kid that you go to your room, you're grounded, and this is a 9-foot tall man, super soldier, and she is just a regular person.
So hashtag girl boss.
Yeah, well,
it's like when
but she's also extremely evil. When the World Eaters went traitor, some of the World Eaters that were still loyal to the Emperor tried to escape. They convinced her to. They tried to convince her to leave the ship with her, and so she said, "Go, leave. I'll follow." But as soon as all the loyal space marines left, the Primarch actually asked what she was doing, if he was going to have to kill her. She said, "No, my gunners needed target practice.
I love it. I love
That's
it.
a certified bruh. That's a certified bruh moment.
That's straight out of The Art of War by Sun Tzu.
I know, right? I'm like,
yeah. And this woman, even though
this is evil. That is evil. I'm saying that is evil. Damn.
And even though when the world eaters went traitor, she said that she would not leave her ship. It was her ship, and they were just living on it.
Well, at least she ain't like Admiral. At least she ain't like Admiral Purple Hair.
Yes.
Admiral
Oh God.
She would kick Admiral Holdo's ass.
You talk about her head. Her head would be on a trophy.
Yes.
A trophy.
Now, this is a theory about what happened to LOTR, is that when the Conqueror went into warp space, which is basically Warhammer's equivalent to hell. They said that she merged with the ship, and now her and the ship are one. So yeah, that
with the ship.
You get it up the tailpipe.
Holy.
So is it like? I was wondering if it's like that Futurama episode.
So here is
does it mean Eric converge with like a starship, here's like a Star Trek cruiser?
Here's the captain I was saying.
Oh, alrighty.
Yep, LOTR Sarn.
What's up, Gina?
That and the chest print, the palm print she has on her chest. That's
my hand.
That's World Eater blood.
No, it's my hand, man.
Dude, I try to get to second base.
Stop in the name of love.
I leave my mark.
Yeah, left your mark.
Marking my territory. What are you talking about?
They actually
you marked your territory. You marked your territory, James, and all you got was basically turned to ash.
Yeah.
He became disintegrated.
I'm still here.
Okay,
still
sorry. So the palm print the palm print they put on her chest was to say that she was equal to the World Eaters, even though she's a normal human.
She's got another palm print somewhere else, but they can't show that on TV. Sorry.
I think that
Jinja wasn't like Jinja's not really here. Like his soul manifested because she.
I'm a Jinja. We don't have souls.
She basically disintegrated him, like used him for target practice.
I think my food's about.
Because she doesn't like the kind of woman that even and so as far as makes some kind of move or eyesight at her, it's basically being a guillotine.
What's up there, Juan? Your breakfast?
Yeah, my breakfast is on its way, and I gotta get
it. You just called Juan?
Yeah.
Yeah, my name is Juan.
That's his given name.
Okay. I'm sorry. I thought it was.
He's number one in our books.
Okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
I just call you Bane. You're Bane, either Bane.
Yeah.
The way Eric is Eric, or Sully, and James is Jinja to me.
Hey, call me anything you want, but don't call me late for supper.
All right.
Waka waka.
My delivery's coming up, and I don't want them to ring the doorbell to wake up
up mama.
Is it?
I got you.
Is it Mexican Army and tacos?
No, it's actually Dunkin's. So it's Sully's.
Dunkin's.
So it's Dunkin's tacos.
I'm so hungry right now.
Yeah. Actually, my favorite.
Well, here. Let me. Here, Ben. Did you want to say anything before you head out?
No. I'll be back. I'll be back.
Are you gonna be back?
Yeah.
You get a big old BRB.
All right. Okay. Cool.
BRB for the B and B. Bed and breakfast and the BRB.
Okay.
I've missed the snows here.
Mijo's got to eat. Get these things. Zevistrom.
Indeed.
Alrighty there. Oh boy, I'm fading here, guys.
Well,
I don't know.
then take a
I don't
break.
know. Yeah,
You've been going for 3.5 hours, and you just actually got home.
yeah.
Time
Okay, so
for
3.5 hours. So that is 3 a.m. in the morning, basically.
Oh no, it's almost 1 o'clock here.
No, my time. 3
Oh, your
a.m.
time. 3 a.m.
Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 a.m. my time when you start.
when you start.
Oh, when I start. Okay, my bad. My bad.
Remember,
I was thinking-
California.
7:30 in
Yeah.
the morning for me is
It's the place you ought to be.
4:30 for you.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah, I
his
always get
beauty
mixed
sleep
up.
time. You know, Macanine needs his beauty sleep. We all do.
Go try this real quick.
Hey, Lord Thoth.
Hell,
Hey, what's
the
up, Lord
Lord.
Thoth? How's it going?
LT.
Gingers. Exactly.
Hell, my Lord.
How is the Great White North of Canada today? Meanwhile, in downtown Canada.
He's the distinction of being an Egyptian god and from Canada.
Mm-hmm. It's great. He's got the whole world covered.
Exactly.
You're international. You're all international. You're international, baby. It's quiet, just above freezing. Yeah, we got.
It's still like 40s. We're still in our 40s here, and St. Lawrence isn't one bit too much.
We just got hopefully our last snowfall of the season, seeing that spring is right around the corner. But also, it's New England. We get
James is going to be happy to hear that the cherry blossoms are still. We still have cherry blossoms here. They're just slowly falling now.
Oh, really? Ours haven't bloomed here yet.
Yeah, they're slowly falling now. So.
I was just in Tokyo. They have there are several different kinds of variations over them there, and yeah, it was really pretty. Always pretty to see them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's some pretty good.
Cherry blossoms.
Oh yeah.
I assume you got your breakfast.
Yep. I have never been to the Cherry Blossom Festival. I know the closest thing I've ever been to a festival was the Cinco de Mayo festival, but sometimes my dad had a
Cinco de Mayo festival. Where you're at? What?
There's a Cinco. I used to live in San Jose.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, wait, that's Cinco de Mayo. That.
Yeah, there's a Cinco de Mayo festival, and my mom or my dad, whoever I went with, they would always have us leave early because all the gang members would come out later that day.
Oh, boy. Have that. Right. Oh my gosh, can have that.
Sounds good.
It does sound good. Now I want breakfast too.
Yeah, same here, man.
Dang it, Bandito! How dare you! Damn you, Jinja, for waking me up just so I can go alive.
Huh? I'll just do my thing, you know.
I feel obligated. I feel like it's an obligation. I was like, okay.
Yeah,
you guys are probably gonna ask. I was like, "What's marketing? What happened to marketing?"
Yeah, I'm always happy that you guys are popping on here. I never expect anybody to show up. I just turn on the camera and oh, you guys are popping in here. Everybody's popping in the chat. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I always love coming into these roundtable discussions.
Not bad way to start your Sunday morning.
Yeah. And it's a great way for me to end my week as well, because this is the end of my, and then I start off Monday.
Sundays are usually my starting week. Sundays are usually how I start, or my starting week. So,
yeah,
that's how I see it. That's how I want to see it. I always see Sunday as the first day of the week. So, first day of the week, and always week always ends on a Saturday.
No shame in that.
Oh man!
Although the real work week begins on a Monday. The real work begins on a Monday, though.
That's looking better.
I didn't
There we
see
go.
you on. I didn't see you on Megan's stream earlier, Mac, or earlier this week. She came back from Dallas.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, I pop in on Megan's stream from time to time. I try to pop in on everybody's stream from time to time. I was here Thursday for Mags's Final Fantasy stream, which was a lot of fun.
Huh.
Her and Mr. Tickle Trunk. I always try to be on Fats' stream too when I can, and yeah, I try to be everywhere. I even poke in to just say hi on Scott's Saturday dump. So
I got yeah. Last week I cracked up while listening to Fat Steven Seagal because he sounds like those Canadians in South Park.
What's that all about?
Yeah,
Exactly.
shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker.
You fucked your uncle last week.
Speaking about South Park, I got the Stick of Truth, and I'm finally playing it because I have never played any of the South Park games, and I wanted to play. I've been watching people play the Fractured Butthole, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to start playing this.
I'm still laughing at that promo trailer they did. I was like, that's so perfect.
Yeah, it's like it's like the whole game is like they're pretending, but something real is going on, and to them it's just pretend because they're kids and they don't really care about the issues. They're just kids. I mean, Cartman's still an ass, and he'll try to take advantage of whatever he does, of whatever big issue there is. Like,
I'm still laughing. Go ahead. I bet you can get halfway through phase 1 of your movies, DC Comics.
and
Canada.
the one of the things that I find funny is that in the show is that one of the funniest things I saw on the first show of this season was how Cartman spread a rumor that Kyle was running Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
And at the end everybody was clapping at Kyle because he was able to prove the bigots wrong, and they were like, why don't we just let this little boy run Hollywood? And at the end, when they showed like the credits rolling, it said Trey Parker. The whole thing said Trey Parker because Trey Parker is Jewish.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was good.
And the only time that Matt Stone was on there was when he was as the assistant of Trey Parker.
Yep.
That was just so funny.
Classic South Park.
Yeah. And then the week after was also a funny one. The one about the Canadian, the Meghan and Harry.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that one yet. It looks good.
Yeah. They even make fun of Warhammer, but it's just a reference because
South Park.
Because there's a place that sells brands that sells the type of brands of a person, and it's called Cum Hammer. I didn't notice it. I didn't notice it until I was watching a review. and they were talking about how they were playing the new Warhammer multiplayer game, Darktide. And I was like, holy shit, they just made fun of Warhammer.
I think one of my favorite episodes is the World of Warcraft episode. Every time.
Yeah, there's a
that
bunch of them.
that and the Tiger Woods episode.
I was like the one with the dolphins.
No, yeah. And also I like the WikiLeaks episode where the teachers plan to throw. They said that they were going to throw Cartman under the bus, and they literally just threw him under the bus.
Yeah, I followed them pretty religiously for the longest time, and I think I have to catch up with the rest of the season. It's still strong. It's still so good.
Yeah,
and they do it so quickly too.
Oh,
that's what's great about it.
I was watching like this YouTuber named Monk Kitty. She does character essays to cartoon characters, and she did one of Chef from South Park.
Right.
And what I didn't know was that I originally thought that that Isaac Hayes left because they made fun of Scientology and he was a Scientologist, but Isaac Hayes' son later came out and said that Isaac Hayes had a stroke, and his assistant and his entourage, who were devout Scientologists, decided to speak for him. Because
really,
yeah, he said that he could barely walk. He had to relearn how to communicate. He had to relearn how to play the piano. And what Monk Kitty said, that she said it's like going down for just falling asleep for a nap and waking up and learning that you don't have a job anymore. So the people who were taking care of him basically took advantage of him.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I had to put this. I gotta put this in chat. You're probably gonna get copyright, but I just it's watching the opening of Fresh Butthole because I'm cracking up right now.
Oh my god! I just the Babylon Bee 5 minutes ago.
What?
Lori Lightfoot blames election loss on Trixie Hobbitses.
On what?
On Trixie Hobbitses. She blames election loss on Trixie Hobbitses.
No, you blame the election loss because you are a piece of shit mayor.
But no, the whole golem thing.
I mean, you are horrible. You're a horrible human being.
Horrible human being. Yeah.
Precious.
It's this thing called accountability that most people don't even freaking understand.
Beetlejuice.
Oh. Don't get started now.
You're stuck with her now.
Let's just start showing up.
Oh, whoops.
This reads like stereo instructions.
Oh, such a good movie.
Yeah.
I like this this opening because to them being superheroes is starting a franchise.
I love it too. That's why I was laughing.
Oh boy! All right, it's coming along here. I'm gonna have to.
It's that time.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to finish this on my own time, and then it's coming along. It's coming along well, but it's still got a ways to go. I just don't want to
get some rest. Sorry, I'm trying to see something here, and I'm
going to try to make it where it's more. It's there. He is.
It's looking good so far, man.
It's looking great, man.
It's just I'm like my eyes are crossing, and I'm seeing two paintings while I'm working on this.
That means it's time to rest.
Yeah, it's time to call it a night.
It's time to hit the sack.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'll work on it tomorrow. What I'll probably do is I'll end up finishing it either on another YouTube stream or I'll do it on Twitch because I haven't done it on Twitch. I haven't worked on Twitch for a while. I need to get back over there and do some things. But
I have a Twitch.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
hey, how
But
about you?
his
I have a
is
Twitch.
his
It's
is
my
on
left
late
eye
at
when I get
night.
stressed.
His is
This
on
the only
late
time I
at
can
night.
Twitch.
Who?
This is the only time we can
Like
Twitch.
I'm talking about yours because yours is usually on in the morning at like 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, I don't really have like a. I haven't been consistent with it. I need to, but it's. Sorry. All right, let's do our outros.
Let's wrap
here.
it up.
Let's wrap
Sorry,
it up.
guys. We'll start with Eric here.
Hello, everyone. I am Eric O'Sullivan, aka the Reverend Sully, out here ordained on the internet 25 years ago. Later this month will be my 25th anniversary of my internet ordination. Dubious, but I'm a spiritual guy. I make daily content, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern daily. We talk about comic books. We try to keep it positive and fun. So drop on by. You're more than welcome. We make lots of cooking content, lots of spirituality, about purpose, and I'm closing on 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So come aboard. There's room for everyone at our comics
Get
coffee
Sully
table.
monetized. Let's get this man monetized.
It's gonna happen, and it's you're welcome to come along for the ride. Bob Ross is one of my favorite things to watch on YouTube. So he's my unintentional YouTube mentor.
You do know they're doing a Bob Ross I think biopic with Owen Wilson.
Oh, cool!
I heard about that. Yeah,
Yeah, I saw a trailer for it.
That'll be really fun. We don't make mistakes here. It's only happy accidents. And so that's the kind of content I wish to create. Evergreen, kind of nice, something you can chill to. And because that's how and what I want to think about on my time off. I want to think about the good things. I don't want to be stressed out by news or politics or agenda or right versus left. I just want a friggin' Star Wars story or a Spider-Man story, something to kick, to entertain me. And there's plenty of that. And we just have to remember where they are, usually in our long boxes. Back to you, James.
Awesome, man.
Thank you so very much for having me on.
Thank you, man. I'm sorry I'm not in my top form here tonight, but I let you guys do the work, and as always, you guys shine.
Yeah, I don't mind you. We're all tired. It's been a long week.
Well, speaking of Bandito, here you are.
All right,
your time to shine.
All right, hey, I'm Bandito Bane. I'm the well-rounded nerd, and I'm also the Warhammer noob. I'm going to do my very first unboxing this week as I get my kill team starter set, and I am very excited. I hope you'll be there. You'll be there to look at to see what Games Workshop has stored. So I am going to release a review on Twitter on my Twitter and Facebook of Brutal Cunning, a great Warhammer book by Mike Brooks. And so you can find me on Twitter at Bandito Bane. You can also find me on Facebook at Bandito Bane. I'm also writing a comic book. If you want to help me out and throw around ideas, my name is Bomberman. My email is BombermanEFX. I'll let you into the loop. And like everything. More heads are better than one. So back to you.
All right, that's what she said. I had to say it. More heads are better than one. Thanks, Bandito, man. It's always awesome to have you on here, bud.
Yeah.
And I hope that project's going well with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just keep at it, man. Just keep at it.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks.
Kenzo, are you there?
I'm here. I'm still here.
All right.
It's been awesome spending my Sunday morning / afternoon with you bunch of great artists and personalities of YouTube. I've been sitting drawing legs the whole time, as I said. I've got 7 seconds. It's not exciting to show on screen, but if you do get a chance, try and catch the Full Aussie podcast next Saturday, which should be about 1 p.m. UK time, for the premiere of my first animated Full Aussie episode, the pilot. So hopefully you can catch it. And there's plenty more skits of the adventure. Thanks for having me on, guys. I'll catch us next time.
All right, man. Yeah, thanks again for coming on and showing us the work you're doing there.
Yeah,
and
thanks for showing my stuff on there, man. I'm
yeah, no problem. My pleasure.
That I do actually do stuff and not just say that I do stuff.
Yeah. It's always great to see all of us creators on here, working our butts off and trying to do something with the talents that we have,
Yeah.
It's admirable to see, and it's inspiring as well.
Mm-hmm.
And all right, so Makini, you're up here.
All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are. My name is Makini90, art Sherman, illustrator, and where Eric likes to create happy accidents, my existence is nothing but a happy accident.
Wicked pisser.
No, I bring we both bring happiness to the people around us, so that's what we do. Anyway, I hope I can bring happiness to you guys later on today. I will be streaming on my main channel, youtube.com/Makini Draws. We're going to be getting some more work done on this Brianna piece to get ready for the next season of Makini Live, which will begin on Sunday, March the 19th. Hopefully at 11 a.m., if not 12:30. So mark your calendars there, guys. You better. Yeah. Eric, mark your calendars. I see Bandito, mark your calendars too.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah.
Anyway, guys, on my little corner hub of YouTube, where I'm an art channel first and foremost, so I like drawing art, talking about stuff that's on my mind, and you know what? I like drawing some of the most beautiful women you'll ever see in the world. That's what I like. I'm a channel that appreciates the female form a lot. So if you guys want to see more of that, and you just want to see just great art in general, head over to my channel where I do all of that 24/7. We're working our way to 2K this summer, so let's hope we can hit that milestone as soon as we can. Thank y'all, everybody, and thank you once again, Jinja, for another great art stream and forcing me to wake up early to catch it.
Man, appreciate it, guys. Again, you guys are the ones that make it happen. Here's the
Hey,
one.
Mac, I got a challenge for you.
Oh no, what's that?
Draw LOTR Sarn.
I don't know if I can do it with that much armor. I'll see what I can.
No,
I don't accept challenges. I'll see what I can do.
She was the captain that I told you about.
Okay. If they're without the handprint.
No, the handprint's got to be on her boobs.
Hey, look
boobs.
Yeah,
look up the pictures. Just make her sexy.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm gonna lose my hand if I do that.
Get her consent first.
Hey,
I got to get her consent first. Which if this case get her consent means I'm gonna have to end up being in front of a firing squad to do it. So.
Like Major Kilt says, she is the baddest bitch in the galaxy. So yeah.
and I believe her. Unlike most bad bitches who say they're the baddest bitches in the world.
All right. Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for coming on here and as always sharing your work and then bringing up the.
Thanks for having us.
This
is always the highlight of my week.
Yeah, again,
good to see you.
I apologize about my energy levels for today. I persevere. I'm going to do the show because I know I look forward to it. Of course, I know you guys are looking forward to it, and all you guys out in the chat as well. But I'm sorry I have to cut it off a little bit early tonight, but I do need my beauty rest.
The ninja needs to return to his chambers and meditate.
So I'll just throw. Here's what I got so far today.
Jinja Club puts his sword back in his case and sees.
Here's what we got so far tonight. Here, I got to do some more work on this and try to put up some values and things and mess around with some of the what's going on here with the pics. Yeah, it's getting here. It's taking its time. But I'd just like to thank everybody out at Yokota Comic Con over in Tokyo for having me at their venue. Had a great time. Got to meet some great people. One of them who was in the chat tonight.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Eric's comment. God was in a good mood when he made Alaska.
Yeah, that's a Bob Ross quote.
Oh,
And you
there
really
it is.
beat the
Bob
devil
Ross,
out of it.
I'm laughing.
When you clean your paintbrush, you can really beat the devil out of it.
See, my co-host Bruce is a big Bob Ross fan, so that I can't wait to have him. I can't wait to have you two on.
Indeed. Bob Ross it up.
Oh God.
I'll get a wig.
Yeah, right here.
But yeah. Well, let's see. What was I don't even know where my train. But I'm
I'm sorry.
And everyone, thanks
I'm
for
out of it.
showing up today. And
Yes.
if you can, check out James's first indie comic book, Anti-Steam Junk Western, episode number 0. I put the link in the chat to his Indiegogo page. Check it out and support independent art. Be a patron.
Yes,
Also,
as Eric. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Independent. I also want to bring up an independent business that I brought up earlier. Comics on Coffee. Bring help a little business grow. Maybe they'll even get more licenses on their coffee bags.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, without a doubt. Gotta support those independent creators and the people trying to take on the big boys. But again, thank you for everybody out there in the chat for coming out and checking out the show tonight. And hopefully I'll have something to show for you maybe tomorrow with this finished piece here.
And expect more Tolkien to come in the next couple of weeks. Exactly.
Yes, with the hashtag
respect for Tolkien.
Yep. April 13th, I believe, that is the date for the hashtag event, which will coincide with the release of the 4-hour extended cut with extra footage.
Extended.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, thank you again, everybody, and hope to see you next time.
Oh, Jinja,
what's up?
Jinja, how's this? Happy Sunday. Goran itadaki arigatou gozaimasu.
Oh, there we go. I like it.
Thank
you very much.
Matane.
Matane.
Thank you, Gray.
Peace.